But my whole life, I grew up niggas calling me Wesley Snipes.
Really?
Man, it's just because I'm black.
But do you pay your taxes?
They tried it.
I pay my taxes.
All right, bet. Just don't get let the IRS pull up.
Yo, we at the Speaking of Which podcast. It's your boy, A-God.
Hey, man, it's episode 107. We got a very special guest in the building. Yeah, bro, we going crazy.
107 type
107?
Since 2022, bro.
But I've ran multiple series of podcasts. I don't think I've ever got past 30 episodes.
It's not easy.
And y'all know
it's
that
not
shit's
not easy.
It's not easy, but we're committed. We love the shit. It's fun. You know, editing ain't really too fun, but it doesn't matter.
Word. If you're an editor and you're watching this, please hit us up. Like,
I mean, yo, they
please,
got a
I'm
PC
begging
here. Y'all should find a way to live stream this shit.
That would be cool. We
Because
did.
then you don't gotta.
Yeah, worry. Yeah, we did like 2 live streams.
He just needs to be filtered a little more. He be talking his shit.
Yeah,
Okay, I feel that.
Yeah, we spoke about this before.
learning.
You'd be surprised at what you can get away with, though.
I don't know for sure.
Sure, I mean,
But then you'd be surprised when motherfuckers is listening. Like, hey, Don Tolliver blocked me. I ain't gonna hold you from probably something I said 2 years ago, bro.
Yeah,
I don't even know why. I don't even know when he did that.
He didn't even say nothing crazy either. He kind of just said, "Yo, it's not for me." You know,
I went to like 5-6 Don sets. And it wasn't my shit. I probably made. It was just my opinion. I probably made fun of Smoke.
Oh, you wanted to make sure if he was following. If he was,
I mean,
didn't block you.
If I was blocked, well, I might have said some crazy shit, yo.
Yo, you never know who's listening, bro.
Yeah. Nah, at this point, that's like the phase I'm in right now.
Hey,
you never know who's listening.
We gonna talk about it, man. We gonna talk about it. So, with that being said, let them know what's up, man. Let them know for the people that that are supporters of you. Let them know your journey, bro. Like, where you from? Like, how'd you even? Because I saw you post some things on your story. Like, you kind of been tapped in with the mic. You know, I see you post like you did some podcast things before. So let us know the journey, man. Where you from and everything, man. Start from the beginning.
What's good? Speaking of which, you know what I mean? I want to know what that means in a little bit, by the way, too.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, man, my name is Kingmil from Spring Valley, New York, Rockland County, New York, a little bit outside, New York City. They call us upstate, but we don't really consider ourselves upstate because anybody that take one trip for you to be like, oh, yeah, you're not upstate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were expecting like 2-3 hours away. You got here in like an hour. I was like,
yeah, it's literally like from where I live right now, it's not Spring Valley anymore, you know what I mean? But I can literally see the city from my window type shit.
Oh, okay.
So
that's
it's like,
it's
literally nothing. But, you know what I mean? Yeah, coming out of Rockland County, New York, small town, little suburban area. You know what I mean? I am from a little bit of the treacherous part. You know what I mean? Like, grew up literally in project buildings and everything. Like so it's not the city, but, I'm from around the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah, the average life, poor mom, mom and dad divorced, mama working 2-3 jobs, taking care of 4 kids.
You the oldest, youngest?
Second oldest. There's 4 of us. You know what I mean? Like literally like your average kid, like grew up around terrible influences, but those influences kind of had a good thing going for
good kid, Mad City shit?
Yeah, you know what I mean? They were like, yo, stay out of trouble, like stay away from the weed.
Right.
I played Pop Warner growing up, coming home from school, after school programs to stay out of trouble. I'm Haitian.
You got a jump shot?
Nah, I mean, yeah, I like, you see what I'm saying? I'm one of those black people that could really do everything.
Okay, talk your
I
shit.
could dunk a basketball. You
5'2"
go watch
player.
Ty Lil stream. You know what I mean? This is the most recent version of me dunking a basketball. It's less than a month ago. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So Unc still got it. Denise is still here.
Okay.
Denise is still here. Denise is still here. But yeah, you know what I mean? A little jump shot, nothing crazy. Shorty got a little bit better of a jump shot. She thinks she could beat me, so we're going to have to figure that out soon.
Okay.
And my sister got a jump shot too. My sister, she was a D1 ball and everything, but I was more football track.
Nice.
Sure.
Yeah, so
I did track. I was sorry, but it is.
Would you run?
I did the 1,000. I was more stamina. I did the 1,000 meter relay. Came in like 3rd.
Okay, that's not bad.
Senior year, yeah.
3rd place is
I
something.
was just mad that there was 2 freshmen in front of me, but
yo, them young freshmen. Nah, man.
we ain't gonna talk about that.
Nah, yeah.
I kind of miss it, low key.
Nah, I feel that. I ran like 400s and 200s.
Oh, you was on your sprinter shit.
Yeah, I had to let them know. I wanted to do 100s.
You was the anchor, huh?
I was the first leg.
Oh, he started that shit with the baton
I
already.
had to set him off. I hated that because you couldn't merge lanes.
You couldn't, nope.
So we didn't come into. We usually came to the tournaments with good times.
Yeah.
Because I ran for a good school.
Did you go to the Armory?
Oh, we spanked ass over there at the Armory.
Yeah, they,
y'all know
they
Ryan
be
Benjamin?
talking mad shit.
Sounds familiar.
You know Ryan Benjamin?
Yes.
He's an Olympian.
Yeah.
My team beat him in the 4x4. What's up, Ryan?
For real?
You remember that? Mirrors.
When you running in the
Remember
track, all the schools be talking mad
Boy,
shit.
you know
boy,
the
you
Armory.
trash, boy. Fuck
You know the
outta here,
Armory. The
sorry as
Armory is
fuck.
the hood. It's the track hood.
It's like
Nah,
the
man.
Olympics for real. They shoot the gun in the air and everything.
Yeah.
Shit
That
had me
shit
nervous
is.
as
Is
fuck.
that the joint in
It's in Dykeman, I think.
Philadelphia? Oh,
Nah,
okay.
Yeah, they got a few, but it's indictment. Nah, I mean, but track came after football. Football was more like a Pop Warner. My dad hated the fact that we lived in such a bad neighborhood. Like, it was so bad. I was too young to notice that, though. Like, I would see things like a fiend owes a deal of money. He'd get his ass beat. But I would see it like it's a fight.
Yeah,
You know,
you didn't know
you
too
get
much.
older, you
Cause
kind of,
behind it.
you feel me? A funny story behind that is like, I one time saw that I was a little traumatized. I'm outside the house. I'm just playing with my brother, and I see a crackhead get beat up. My mom helped the guy out,
Right.
and called the police on the man that beat him up. The man lived in our building.
Right.
Cause my mama did that, they robbed our house.
Damn. That's
I'll
whack.
never forget it because they took our brand new computer, first desktop I ever had. You see, I'm a streamer now. There was always
Yeah.
They tried
it was always written, you know.
Right.
But first computer, we didn't have that shit for more than 3 days. Took
Right.
it in my mama jewelry box. You know, so it was more like my dad needed us to just not be in the neighborhood, so we would come home and just throw me into Pop Warner. Ass the first year, got a little aggressive, learned how to play. You know what I mean? And then moved out of the neighborhood. I wanted to continue Pop Warner, but it was too expensive. I went from paying
Sports is usually like that, man.
I went from paying $100 a year to be on the team. Now this new town that I live in, because you know what I mean, we had to get out of the bad town. It's $500-$600 a team. You got me and my brother.
No.
You know what I mean? That's
That's
damn near
brag.
my mama's mortgage in 2010.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, but she was like, hell no, y'all got to go play at the school. Weird situations at the school, transportation wise. You know what I'm saying?
No,
So
yeah, sure.
new neighborhood, back in the streets a little bit. You know what I mean?
What
and-
year you graduated?
15.
15.
Yeah.
We 2012. Man,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
I feel young in this bitch.
Yeah.
I just got schooled for once.
I definitely gotta ask, what was like the hottest song when you graduated? Do you remember? Because for me,
You
I
might
guess-
just get hit with the Rico.
Wow.
I'll never
Drake
forget it.
and Meek.
yeah.
I'll
the-
never forget
The
it.
Meek shit. Okay,
I'll
it's
never
funny how
forget
you
it,
say
bro.
Meek. Because for us, I feel like it was Burn with Big Sean and Meek. Remember that?
I
Let that
remember
shit
that
burn.
shit, but I was in school.
Let that shit burn. It
I
was
was listening to that shit on the bus on the way to school.
Mercy, all that, like the Kanye, you know,
Yeah.
that's what was really hot when we graduated. That, remember that? What was that dude, Kevin Rudolph? I led it to the sky. I made it. That was my graduation song.
Oh, what?
Kevin Rudolph.
I used to be listening to that shit on Mies. Y'all know Mies?
No. You know what that is?
No idea.
What's that? Is that like a LimeWire or some shit?
See. So when it's not a LimeWire. It was like a virtual game. It was like a virtual world.
Okay,
Where you
okay.
kind of created your own
Your own
character.
I play games
And then
like that.
they had these little cities.
Yeah.
It was like Club Penguin,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I
like
love
a
that.
fly version. Like Club
Okay.
Penguin was a bunch of penguins.
Right.
This one had like I swear to God, like
Fucking weak, bro.
like animated Rick Owen jeans. Like you see like the extra double cuff shits everybody's wearing now. I swear when I saw it, I was like,
That
yo,
shit mad cool.
they used to have that shit on me. It's like the way it cuffs over the
Right.
shoes and everything, the way like the baggy hoodies and shit.
Yeah.
Like
That's funny.
they
bro.
dad used to have that shit on me. And low key on YouTube when I be hitting my emotes,
It's from
I
that.
be hitting me's emotes. But if you really know, you know I be
I'm
hitting
fucking
me's
dead.
emotes and shit. But that's a whole other story. You know what I'm saying? But that's little things I was doing at the crib just because, you know, I was literally not allowed to be outside because, you know, trouble.
Of course.
That found me into content, you know,
In terms of what?
like I got into too much trouble and I told myself I'm not hanging out with like, you know, just bad people.
wrong
anymore.
crowd.
You know what I'm saying? Like literally almost lost my life. You feel me? And then I started hanging out with white kids.
Shout out to
Started-
white kids, man.
Started hanging out with the white kids, bro. I
Shout
swear,
out to
right?
the white kids, man.
So I started hanging out with white kids. I started throwing parties. Cause you know, I learned I lived in this neighborhood now. These kids got houses. They got big backyards, 3 floors.
Pools, maybe.
Type shit.
Pools, no, not maybe. Yes, pools.
Yes,
you know
pools.
What I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Pools for real.
Yeah.
So now we having these house parties, and I'm learning what get-togethers are. I never knew what the fuck a get-together was. You know what I mean? I just knew there was a party here and the whole hood showing up. You know?
Okay.
Get-togethers is more like only the cool kids.
Which you don't see anymore, by the way.
You don't see that no more, man.
Not
TikTok link-ups, and they harassing people at Target.
Silent this real
Oh,
my bad.
Nah, you good.
Yeah, they ain't Target now harassing people on TikTok. So there's no get-togethers anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm learning about that stuff. So after all that era and that phase goes through, you know, throwing parties in abandoned houses and shit like that.
What are we bumping at these parties? Like, what's inspiring you? What's the music looking like around
like,
that time?
Is this like 2016 era? Like, is this like the goated
I
year?
realized
Oh, so this is 2014 type shit.
Right. Yo, I'm talking like, man, what else? Chinks drugs, man.
Probably YG.
What?
Chinks drugs?
Probably
Yeah,
YG.
yeah,
YG was
I
one.
fuck with it. I fuck with it.
Young Thug, Check, you know what I mean?
Right.
Drake was on his,
Going crazy.
you know,
Hotline
who else
Bling.
was he spinning, bro? I'm talking.
Fetty Wap?
Of
Had to be.
course.
Future,
of course,
of
Fetty,
course.
of course, March Madness and shit.
YG was wilding with that DJ Mustard era, like
Yeah.
2014.
Kid Ink shit.
Oh, Kid Ink was so live, bro.
Oh, yeah. Nah,
He
you
performed
was
at my
live.
college. He performed
What?
at Farmingdale State College.
Nah,
I was
yeah.
fucking with Kid and Cudi.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Cudi,
Wiz, like it was all
Of course,
that.
Travis was coming up too.
Travis was definitely coming up. You know what I mean?
Company on
Yeah.
that. If you're reading this too late, Trav went crazy on that. When the dogs come in,
Yeah.
how that shit go?
And then A Boogie came out of nowhere, changed the game. Now we're doing
Word.
P&B rock. You know, so the parties were live
Yeah,
because
it
there
was
was
fun.
all this new music. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So after that era goes away, I'm thinking like, what am I gonna do with myself?
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to have all these parties. Obviously, I had like a little name, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. But like, what am I gonna do with myself? What am I gonna do with myself?
Mm-hmm.
I started managing artists.
How the hell you got into that? Like, you was just like, yo, I'm gonna manage you? Or
I'm
like,
into the music. Fuck
Bro,
it.
my homeboy just started calling me as manager, and I looked at him like,
That's how it be sometimes.
I'm like, bro, what?
yeah, okay.
Homeboy, I ain't even gonna say homeboy, but
Yeah.
dude started calling me as manager. I'm like homeboy at the time, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm like, you know what? I'm not about to be some lame ass manager. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna put
like
that shit on my
I'm
back.
not in college. I was kicked out of my mom's crib at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Like literally, like I need to figure out what I'm about to do with my life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like whatever I do, it got to be serious. You know, athletes, like I didn't want to go to college for track. I could have, but I just knew I was gonna fail out of school. I knew I was just gonna end up throwing parties and never going to class and just, you know, being a little thot.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like honestly, bro, I knew better.
Oh
And-
wait, for some reason I thought of Speaker Knockers. Was that being played
course.
too? Alright, for some
Of
reason you
course,
popping
bro.
my RP Speaker Knockers.
Of course, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Early Dirk, you know what I mean?
Yes,
like,
yes.
yeah. all
Sign
that.
to the street shit.
Just say what you want.
Yes, bro.
Okay.
Bang, all that shit, bro.
Okay.
But
my
yeah,
fault.
so it's like, so boom, so like, homie starts calling me his manager,
Mm-hmm.
and I literally go on YouTube, like, cause he's asking me like, yo, bro, like, why you not getting me shows and shit, right? You know the struggles of a manager and a bum ass artist. I got a short film on the way, but it's called I'm Not a Rapper. But we get into that,
Yo.
bro.
Funny, bro.
Why you not getting me shows and shit? I had
I'm fucking dead.
my common sense as a human being. I'm like, bro, don't
Did you
nobody
even know
fucking
about-
know you.
Did you even know about venues and shit? Like,
No.
yeah, that's
But
what I'm
I didn't
saying.
even-
Like,
I'm in my head. I'm like, nobody know. I knew about venues actually because
Okay,
I was throwing
okay.
parties.
right.
You know, but I wasn't throwing parties at venues. I'm doing niggas' houses.
And
shit.
ain't nothing more fragile than an artist's ego. So
Yeah.
you kind of like trying to put him down
You know?
quietly, like, bro.
But see, I didn't necessarily tell him that. I'm just like, I'm gonna try to get you some shows. Like, shit. I'm thinking it's that easy. Where can I get my artist booked?
Right.
I
Just
come
Google this
across
shit.
like a forum, and basically it's telling me on something like, yo, you know, like people aren't just gonna want to come and see you. You need, you know.
I mean, I get it.
You need to go and build yourself a little foundation, like do. So I look into little things. Okay, like you got to get a song, you got to do them, you got to build an image. I'm
sure.
literally looking into like how, and this is 2017.
Yeah.
You know, so
And this
boom,
is kind of when the gimmicks started becoming hot. So like,
you know what I mean.
I don't know if you would want to think about doing that, like the tattoos on the face, the colored
6ix9ine
hair.
coming out of nowhere.
So it's like-
We in New York too. We seen this shit first, type shit, you know. So, boom, we doing a little thing. A song popped off in the hood.
Which was
We ain't even gonna get into all that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
A song did good in the hood though.
Yeah,
If I come from a small town, you know what I mean? So that only happens so often, but we caught one.
You want to be the hood hero too, like
Everybody, and it's fresh, you know what I'm saying? I'm still in my young days, you know what I mean? Like the youth I still got the youth in the chokehold and my jam. Like everything was where it needed to be, kinda. You know what I'm saying? We were still allowed to be like obnoxious but young, you know what I mean? You can still get away with that shit.
Get away with that shit.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep your composure now when you grown, you know what I mean? But like back then it was just wild and it worked. You know? So we got the prom, they singing in, they booking us for the proms and shit, like for real.
Oh, you booking shows and shit.
Like early. This is early.
This
is early. I'm like, we had to sit down with an A&R from Colombia. This is early, bro. Mind you, I'm kicked out of my mama crib. I need something to shake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So one thing leads to another, but then the artist goes going on ahead to get ahead of himself. He fumbling.
Inflated.
He fumbling the budget. And I'm learning, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, needing to be on my feet. I'm like, all right, well, I can't take what I make off you and then put it into you while we made enough for, you know, us to be able to make something shake for the neck. Like, I'm losing here. You know what I'm saying? You go home to your mama crib, you good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you got shit to lose.
I got shit to lose here, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm noticing the selfishness and then just little things happen. So
that's not it.
I jump ship, and at the height of everything, because I knew once I'm out of here, everything is over with. You know what I mean?
Right.
The hood follows me, and they fucking with me, and that's why they fucking with you, and you gonna see that. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, right?
Because like I said, I came into this shit with like a following, I guess you could call it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like to call it like your own local city, like your following. That's kind of corny.
No, I understand what you're saying.
I let it work for, you know, I leverage it the right way.
Right.
So I got off of that, but I knew I had a platform now. Artists, connections, managers, all these people that I met, everything that I learned throughout the game. So I just turned that into a platform where I was just like kind of blogging because I was early on Say Cheese.
Say Cheese. Shout
I
out
was
Say
following
Cheese.
Sean Cotton before Say Cheese even hit 500K followers on Instagram.
Shout out Say Cheese for sure.
So I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, yo, how is he making a way through the industry? Like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? He doing interviews, but like he's making brand.
For a while.
Like he's making all this money and then he's buying property, and he got like he's in the same clothes for like a week type shit. Like, you know what I mean? But he's just killing it.
You noticing that though?
Peeping game. And I'm like, yo, how could I like maneuver like this guy? Like, what the hell? So I started doing little interviews with little rappers that I took interest in.
Right.
No buzz in them, little small potential. You know what I mean?
You gotta build a foundation for sure.
I was just interested. I had my boy Alex, who is a streamer now. I be posting him all the time. Ken Heartbreak. He let me use his little digital camera. You know what I mean? I used to go around the city, link up little artists, do little interviews. That's why I learned Adobe Premiere how to edit on Adobe.
Yeah.
Feel me? Learn just cut interviews to the point where they were funny. Then I interviewed my boy Charles, who is a clown. You know what I mean? Always thought, you know, you got a white friend who think he black.
Yeah.
That's Charles.
That's funny.
Charles.
Shout out Charles.
Charles think he black. You know, I lived with Charles. Like when I was kicked out of my mom's crib, I lived with Charles for two years.
Shout out Charles.
Held it down.
I'm talking about like when I say like my town's so small. When I say I got kicked out of my mom's crib, like court order, sheriff at my house, 6 a.m. wake me up out my sleep. Yeah, your mom said you gotta leave. The sheriff was Charles' dad.
What?
Fuck.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I've already been at this crib. Like you got your homeboy that you go to their crib for like 2 weeks at a time. You know what I mean? When you're like 17, 18,
Type
16, you just, I don't know if your parents let y'all see but your friend's crib and shit, but
A little bit.
I would
They was
go out.
strict.
You know what I mean? Like this is the house I was allowed to be at for a few days at a time.
Because
My
they
mama
trusted
took me
it.
there. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. So when he came, he was just like, he was confused. You know, he's like, what the fuck happened? That shit. He's like, you good? Like at the crib, like you don't even gotta.
Right.
So I was like automatically
Damn.
good. So like that's when I was managing the artists, kind of just like, you know, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. I don't plan on staying here for the
That
rest
gave
of my
you a
life.
little grace period too.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what's up.
So it was like, you know, like I don't plan on being here forever, bro. Like, you know, I need to make something shake. I would
Right.
like to show them that
You're
I
at
did
least
something here.
putting
you know
effort.
what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of just staying in the basement.
Yeah. You want to
You
prove
know-
yourself, man.
Crazy shit. I almost ended up on MTV. shooting with Mona Scott Young. Crazy shit was happening in this
Damn.
basement, bro.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and then, you know, certain things just didn't pan out. So it humbled me. I'm like, nigga, I almost signed a record deal. Managing an artist. I never even planned to be managing an artist. That over with. Almost ended up on MTV. Like, I'm at the VH1 headquarters. I'm calling the lawyers. I'm signing contracts and shit. Weird shit happened behind the scenes. Boom, that didn't pan out. So I'm early on like, damn, like big things could happen and nothing can come from it.
Wow.
So you can't really feel like something until something really happens, you know? So I learned, like, you know what? I'm not going to sit around and wait for somebody to, you know, be able to put me in a position to be around all these cameras and all these people working for me type shit. Like, I'm finna literally do this shit myself because I'm watching Sean independent, building his platform. Nigga gets a little money, buys a camera, gets some more money, should hire some cameramen, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Got me a job. When I went back to my mama crib for like a year, got kicked out again. Got a job while I was there though. Good job.
Nice.
Now I'm on my feet. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm able to like, you know, make things shake a little bit no matter what. Just gotta stay at this fucking job type shit.
Yeah.
Use that job, bought all my equipment.
Nice.
Yeah,
You gotta invest
I
in
did the
yourself.
same
Bought
thing.
all my equipment, bro. Everything I fucking needed. And I used to sell weed. Fuck it, child. How we living? How we living, Uncle Sam? Yup, gotcha. Gotcha.
You gotta
nigga.
make it how you can.
Got him.
Know what I mean? Got over that. Look, sometimes you gotta get a job and sell a little something.
You gotta
on
get
the
it how
side.
you can, bro.
You feel me?
Shit.
But as a kid, when I was not even older than 16, you know, you gotta get your work papers. I was stealing iPods, jailbreaking them. I used to, stealing iPods was a low hustle. I was jailbreaking iPods. You know what I mean?
iPods.
iPods,
Chat.
iPhones, all that.
Like-
But I was a scammer, bro.
Black Rain shit.
Bro, so I had this thing called an IAP cracker where like you go on any app and you can buy whatever you want. Like you don't need, like you don't gotta steal your mama credit card no more. I could load you up, bro. You know? So but I knew the thing would crash your jailbreak. So if your phone crashed, you gotta pay me $5. But you give me your phone for the day, I gotta go home. Simple plug in my computer, quick
Wow,
reboot.
what the fuck?
Boom. So people would pay me like $20.
And you knew it was gonna happen,
I
too.
knew it would happen. Like I found an early system where I was like, you know what? You gotta rig it a little bit because that's what you gotta do. You know, it's just what you gotta do.
Find a way.
So I mean, I always found a way to get over the hump. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm selling a little weed. I got a little job. Got me a little apartment now. You know what I mean?
Type shit.
And I was working at this studio. I opened up a studio first, actually. This is 2019.
Where at?
In my town, Harrisville, up the street from my mother's crib. At the therapist, in this building where I used to go to therapy with my family.
Talk your shit, man.
Last time I was in that building, family therapy, walked out that shit. So now this building's abandoned. One of the homeboys worked for a lawyer that was able to get us this building. I don't know how.
Fuck it.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't ask no questions.
I didn't ask questions neither.
Yeah.
I just know we're making racks out this building. We trapping out this building. Not a damn cop. Cops have came to the door and never even bothered to step inside. Like when I tell you, I never really.
Yeah.
I just knew bro worked for a lawyer, and I've seen how rigged the justice system is. If you watch my stream, you've heard the story times and shit like that. But we don't got to get into all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we doing all this stuff out this building, but I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, I had a friend who's an engineer. I learned a lot about Pro Tools there. He was also a videographer. So I learned about Adobe through him a little bit, just by sitting in the background. But that's also where I started the podcast, because the deal was the engineer kid technically owned the building because he worked for the lawyer that got us the building.
Right.
And another one of my friends was a trapper, and he just had a lot of money, you know, and he knew how to sing a little bit. You feel me? So he just wanted a studio to have so he could just, you know, enjoy himself, make some money, make some music, whoop-de-whoop. So he was investing in the studio. The other one was like the technical guy in the studio, but I had this big, huge brand platform. Everybody knew that. You know what I'm saying? So we all came together, and then it turned into like all right, you know, we just ended up splitting everything 3 ways, and then it turned into me having my podcast there while running a studio, and
what was the name of it?
it was called The Spot.
The Spot.
The Spot. It was under SLDM, the umbrella, which is my brand. Say Less Do More Entertainment. But the actual studio was The Spot.
That's hard.
Yeah, you know what I
That's
mean?
kind of hard.
So,
And
everybody would come
name was The Spot.
The podcast name was The Spot, yeah, The Spot Podcast. Or we had this freestyle series called The Spot Freestyles. But like we were shooting everything with a red camera. I'm talking like trap doors in the building. You know what I mean? Like we came put the fire down for real, so we could make some money.
Red cameras is crazy.
Red camera. I'm talking like this is my, like I said, like I went from going from I'm not gonna wait for somebody to put me in a room with this shit. Like
I'm just doing it myself.
I'm gonna figure it out how to get things
shit.
going, because I know that like all I need is it there. Yeah. Once it's there, I know what to do. You know, I just have to figure out how to get in that position and get better at it. Make sure the camera's on. Make sure the mic is. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, the little technical difficulties you kind of learn as you go type of shit. But learn how to run a business a little bit at the same time too, because we're bringing in money. We got to learn how to be professional in business. I learned that I'm working with unprofessional people. You just learned it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was always happy that this happened to me early, and I was eager early, but I had no choice at the same time.
And this was before the pandemic, right?
This was before the pandemic. Right before the pandemic. Like, I was damn near, so I was living an hour away, me and my homeboy. You know what I mean? Because, yeah, like when I said I moved to my mom's crib again. So, like, and the studio was in my town.
Yeah.
Like the town I was actually living in, but, look, not living in, but like where I used to live. And my actual job was there too. Yeah. So I had to always come down, go to work, come home from work, go to the studio, whoop-de-whoop. After everything fell apart there, it was like, all right, well, I only grew from this. I only picked up a clientele from this. Just like when I fell out with the artist. Right. Like, I only grew from there too. That's how I look at everything.
Yeah,
like, I don't look at anything like, damn, it's over. Like, let me just jump ship.
Yeah, do some other shit.
Yeah, let me just go work at a warehouse, or let me just go get a nursing degree or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's what my mother wanted me to, like, go work at a hospital or something, go get your benefits. I just always looked at her like, like, we grew up poor, and you worked in a hospital. Well, I don't never want to work in a hospital in my life. Even though she does good for herself now and everything, I just see it that way. Like, I wanna do something that's just overly, it's just like YouTube. Like YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Where it comes in abundance. Yeah. You just got to get it to that point. I think
also, like, to add to that, it's like the control factor. Like, you can control your destiny with this shit.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like, the doors that it opens, which is, I feel like, the part I'm in, like, now almost, it's like, it never ends. It never ends. And like, the more you put yourself out there, the more you realize you're out there, kind of thing. And I've always wanted it to be like that, but, like, from noticing how much it wasn't like that, like, I just spent 10 hours in the studio today where we worked on this whole podcast, stream, do whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, getting the gas, making sure everything was perfect, and we got 47 views. But I didn't care.
It'd be like that.
I didn't care. I was like, you know what, bro? At least we did it. And I would see, like, the influence other people had. Like, damn, they could put something out, and people are actually, like, reciprocating this shit. Like, they're feeding into that shit. Like, how could I turn, like, once I have the structure of, like, shit, I know how to edit now. I know how to get a camera on now. I know how to cut the lights on now. I know how to whoop. I know how to this. I have this now. I have that now. I had that. Shit, I used to work out of studios. Shit, fuck the studios. Now I have all my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, once I got past all that, it was, how can I get people to actually sit down and like watching me? Because now I got all this shit. Everything looked good,
I guess that's
now that's the entertainment part.
Yeah.
I feel like it's deeper than entertainment though, because what we're doing right now is entertaining. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But there's a real, true, genuine sauce to like getting somebody to sit there and be like, "Oh shit!" Like, how much time do you put into your documentaries? Because when I watch those shits,
days,
I'm like,
weeks,
bro,
a lot,
sometimes months.
I can't get my eyes off the screen. You know what I'm saying?
A month, maybe 2.
But even when you're going and finding the information, like, there's something in you that just knows, like, oh yeah, like, this needs to be out. Like, you kind of learn how to, like,
trust me,
get that thing. Like, you kind of learn how to get that reaction out of people. You know.
I think that's also the hardest thing. Like, as you're editing, trying to make it so that if I was watching, I'm not trying to click away. Like, I want to keep them engaged, but you can't please everybody. So it's like, that's another thing.
You gotta have some cojones to fucking do that too, because at the end of it, you don't know what's gonna happen.
You
it
have
could
no
flop.
clue, bro.
It could be copyrighted.
Got a
It
funny
could be,
story,
you
y'all.
never,
No
you know,
clue.
you never know. So you
So
can put all that work in and nothing comes out of it.
I know. Bro.
so that's what that's what happened to me.
But it's kind
You
of
know
like
what
a
I mean?
high though, because like when it does work, it's like it worked. So that's why you want to do it again.
Proof of concept for
So
sure.
I'll tell you when I realized it worked, right? So what got me? So like now I'm doing the podcast. I learned how to boom. I'm working out the studio. I'm doing this podcast. I'm doing that podcast with the homeboy in the town. You know, he got a little buzz going on too. Let's grow a little bit. You know what I mean? Have our little era, our little phase. Jump to the next, onto the next. I'm noticing. That's when I learned. Okay, you can't just do a podcast with anybody. Somebody got to be on the same lifestyle as you,
Type shit.
almost, or be willing to make it work just as much as you. Because
You mean like a co-host?
yes.
Okay, yeah.
Or to run your own shit. I never really trusted it back then. Now I know I could do that, even though I have a podcast now, my boy JPR. But like when I jumped on the YouTube, was when I trusted myself to be like, you know what, I can sit down. I don't gotta really bounce off nobody. Like I could, get good at this. But before I got into the YouTube, I was doing Song Wars in my hood
Song Wars.
way
in your
before
hood?
Max.
That's what's up.
I'm talking until pandemic hits. Like I said, the studio thing fell apart.
Yeah.
Next year's a pandemic. I'm in my crib and I'm doing like Song Wars basically on Instagram Live.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
like 1,500 people on live every night. Wow. I got brackets only with local artists in my town.
What platforms are you on right now? Like that you're shooting live on? Is this
Right now or at this time?
at this time? This was
Just Instagram Live.
just Instagram live.
Just Instagram
Okay,
Live,
so
yeah.
you had like 4 boxes. Or
Yeah.
some shit? Okay.
No, not even. They didn't even have that at the time. You could only bring one one person
Yeah,
up
it
at
was
a
just one
time.
person. It was just split. It
Yeah,
was just split.
Bring him. Oh, you can split it down at the bottom.
True,
Yeah,
true,
that's
true,
what we
true.
used to. That's what we used
Damn,
to do.
that's true. They didn't have the
Yeah,
4
they
people.
didn't have OD. Yeah, you couldn't do OD.
You couldn't have a whole party in there.
But that made it better because that made me a true host.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now I'm sitting at the top and I got the other 2 important people at the bottom.
Type
But
shit.
because I'm bringing up hoods that got beef with each other. Like, I took complete advantage of it.
You sound like the Coco Show, which is like some local shit that my boy does.
Yeah.
He be stirring up the pot.
Stir it up, OD. But that's what I was doing at the studio too. I was
Start
doing
beefing on the
I was
gram and
doing
shit.
messy shit on my podcast, bro. Like the messy shit I ever did, I had this guy on my podcast, and then he was talking shit about his ex because she exposed him on Instagram. But locally the town saw that, so I'm just trying to feed into that. But he didn't know I had her coming too, so I made her wait around the corner, and he left, and I brought her right in. But he saw her on the way in, and he's like. But I made the niggas escort them out. I used to have niggas in there because we trapping, so I made them get the fuck out. And then she, you know what I mean? She went and did the whole spell. That's the type of shit.
Yeah.
We used to do that. We kicked them out. That's the type of stuff we was doing at the pod.
Yeah.
And
this is
then-
peak pandemic too, huh?
Peak pandemic. So now
Nobody outside.
Nobody outside. So So now we're doing the Song Wars with the live. We got all the the girl with the long tongue, Cash Dog.
Oh my, that's a
Hey, Cash, whatever.
throwback. Wow, yes.
She was on my live. Like it was just random shit going on.
That's that's an Instagram throwback.
The girls twerking, like what Boosie was doing. I swear on everything I love. What Tori was doing, I was doing it so first.
Yeah.
That when
Quarantine radio shit.
When I sat back and watched everything, I was like, "Yo, are you serious?" Like, but you know
it
what?
Happens,
Like,
bro.
it was a whole other thing. So yeah, that went crazy, and that put me in a good position. Like, yo,
And that was still the same Instagram that you have now, or is that a
still the
different
same
one?
Instagram.
So at this point, when does the streaming and the YouTube really start
I'll tell
getting
you.
crazy?
So, I ended up managing another artist. Make that long story short, he couldn't stay out of jail, and ended up going back to jail.
Damn.
Unfortunately, had to defend himself, and
shit.
took somebody out on the way. Whole other thing. So I was like, you know what, bro? I really need to find a way to just do this shit my fucking self, So, upgraded my equipment some more. I still had a job, disappeared from the internet for a couple months, locked in, up the bag, up the trap. Just, I was on, and I
I
figured
just
out.
went through one of those. I ain't gonna hold you.
Sometimes you gotta just sit down and you gotta just
Lock
bro, I said I
in.
locked in, bro. Like, there's a magic behind that shit, bro. Cause, for
Bro,
real,
I'm still
for real,
in
like,
it. I ain't smoking 75 days.
Oh, really?
Yo, dap him up for that.
That's the only lock-in I ain't do yet.
That's very
That's
impressive.
the only lock-in I ain't do yet, bro. I got
I'm 54 days vape free, boy.
Okay.
That's not crazy. That's not easy, bro. That's not easy, bro. I got caught slipping a little bit.
It happens
2 months ago, but
it happens.
Shit ain't easy, man.
Sometimes
I get what you're saying though. You gotta.
Sometimes you gotta sit back, you gotta lock in, bro. So I did that, and then I took the verses more serious. So I learned how to basically live stream the song wars I was doing. But I had like commercials. I'm doing it from a camera like this. We got artists in the background. It was insane. But then I realized my city just don't got it like that. We don't got that fire like that. You know what I mean? Like nobody's really willing to put their little buzz on the line. Like there was no true sport in the town. So I was like, damn. So I just took everything. I stopped working at the studio that I was working at. I had a little apartment. I bought an apartment around the corner from the studio I worked at.
Nice.
Cause just in case like I never had a car or something, I could always get to the studio and make my money. I don't gotta worry about shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Best investment I ever made. And it happened multiple times. Ran through 3-4 cars in that process, but no matter what, I was able to just walk across the street, get to the studio, and you know what I mean, still be able to do my passion type shit.
Right.
So now I'm at the crib. I got all this live streaming stuff. I go on YouTube. January 1st coming around, 2022.
That's when we started the podcast.
2022, yeah. And then
right in the beginning.
I saw, it said 50 ways to make money on YouTube. I see music reactions as one of them. Literally. Like, I was not watching no Zayas, no B-Lou. I didn't know what that was, who they were till last year. Swear.
No way.
Swear.
That's crazy.
I didn't know who they was until I went to one of my first label meetings, and they were trying to, like, work something out with me, and they said, oh, we're going to manage Zayas or something like that. I was like, who's that?
Oh, wow.
And they were like, you know, whatever, whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
you don't know, you don't know.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I didn't come into the YouTube space with an influence. Like, the underground thing I'm in now kind of found me. So I went, I'm like, fuck it, let's do this reaction.
So there wasn't any YouTubers that you were inspired by? Like, y'all want to just
Wiz
do it?
Khalifa back in the whole, you know what I mean? When he used to have his
taught everybody
vlog.
how to roll up.
Yeah, I learned how to roll, but you know what I mean? Like, who else? And it was
so it wasn't an actual YouTuber?
I was watching sneaker YouTube. I ain't gonna hold you.
That sneaker culture.
I used to watch
like unboxings and shit like that. I used to watch that. Like, yo, I got the brand new Concord 11s, y'all. I used to watch all that stupid shit.
Easy. I grew up playing sports, so I was watching
Me too, for sure.
football highlights.
So it wasn't no hip hop YouTuber type shit.
I would only be like listening to music, but I used to play games on the computer. Like mini clip.
Yeah, mini clip.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing shit like that, so I was never really.
No Goat Simulator? He be on his Goat Simulator shit.
GTA at home, you know what I mean? Like, I lived a real child. Like, I was outside.
That's what's up.
Touching
bro. You
grass.
don't hear that no more.
Manhunt.
He said touching grass.
Manhunt and shit. Like,
Mad late, too.
And every night, and that's how I ended up becoming running state championship track runners. You know what I mean? Like, first all-state track and shit like that. Every night, when I was a kid, for Manhunt, we all used to line up and race. I swear that shit was at least 110 meters because we would go bumper to bumper. And we would go to the top of the building because that was the only part where it was straight.
Yeah.
We would race, and the last, like, 5 to 10 people, like, think about how many people are running in this fucking line. If 5 to 10 people got to be it. You know what I'm saying? Boom. And that's how you find out who's it. So that was an every single night thing. You know what I mean? So just outside as a kid, I didn't grow up watching.
So you didn't really watch? Okay. So you literally going in kind of blind.
So I'm doing these reactions. I'm reacting to, like.
Do you remember the first kind of artist you was reacting to?
This was around the time
Definitely
Young Dolph died.
Ooh.
So I was reacting to the artist that killed him when they found him.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Nah, you smart as fuck.
You know what I mean? So I just because like I said, when I started managing the artist, I was blogging a little bit. Right. But at that time, that was when 6ix9ine was beefing with Cali. And all the West Coast niggas.
I got mad 6ix9ine stories. I saw him get his ass beat right in front of me.
Really?
At Yams Day, yeah, for sure.
Oh, you was there?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Bro, see,
Yams Day changed my life. But
yo, John got a lot of lore, boy.
Nah, see, I believe it. Every time I'm outside, I see John. Every time. Even before all this. Like, when I used to step into the underground, I used to always see John.
He got lore for real.
Nah, for real, bro. I mean, keep doing your thing, definitely. So, like, I'm coming into this shit blind, but, like, I was always on some blogger shit. So when I came into it, I kind of knew, like, okay, this is a new digital form of that. Like,
Right.
let me see how I can get the swing of this. And I remember K Flock got arrested around then too, and that's when I learned. Well, before that, I did a reaction video and I posted it in a Reddit channel. Some like random,
like, yo, look at this video, right?
some random viral channel where they post car crashes and shit like that. Bro. Some nigga crashed out on me, bro. And at the time, I was just figuring out Reddit.
Okay.
And I was only posting there because I was in the New York Reddit. Sometimes I would comment in there and troll and go viral.
Okay.
You know, because I've always been a little troll, always. So, like, I was trolling niggas. So I was like, all right, let me just start throwing shit in there. Some nigga was like, yo, bro, like, not only did you post this stupid hip-hop video in a viral, like gore, like, you know, Reddit channel, like, I don't know what possessed me to click your video link. I'll never forget this, but it's probably still on my Reddit to this day. He's like, I don't know what possessed me to click this link, but he was basically like, you are like a chump. You never looked at the camera. Like, you're just sitting there watching the video on your computer while the camera's just pointed at you. Like, we don't care about you that bad. You're not that important. You have 2 subscribers. Yo, he cooked me.
Wow.
He cooked me. He was like
who is this person? This is a
random dude on Reddit. He was basically
How'd
was
that
like,
make you feel, man?
he's like, how are you gonna make a video, not talk to the camera? Like, this is the most awkward thing I've ever seen. But then he was like, but you know what? I'll tell you what. You're a good-looking guy, and your quality is amazing, and you have potential. But this was pathetic.
he was hating, but then gave you props. That's funny as hell.
But like I said, right? I had all this shit.
Yeah.
All this big fancy lights, all this extras. I got both my GVMs pointed. I cut down now because I realized there's no real need for that. You know what I'm saying? But I just had it all because I'm in my apartment now. I can do whatever the fuck I want. My mama can't tell me shit. Like,
yeah.
you know?
Right.
So
what'd you do with that info?
I took that info.
How's your next video?
And I ran with it, bro.
So you started talking to the camera more?
I started looking at that bitch, nigga. I'm like, what's up, chat? Yo, the most awkward shit in the world, though, because I'm like, I used to not talk to my camera. And it was an insecure thing, because everybody in my town kind of knew me for something so remarkable, almost, you know, in so many different categories.
Right.
Besides being rich as fuck. You know, there's always like that, oh, you got to take whatever. But besides all that.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, like, this is the first time niggas in the city gonna really see me with no motion.
Like 1, 2 people hopping in.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's doing YouTube.
You kind of gotta start all over.
What's Kingmil doing now? Oh, he doing YouTube videos. Them shit's getting like 2 views. Like, I was like, that's where I was at in the beginning. Like, damn, like I kind of gotta. Oh man,
you gotta take it on the chest though, bro.
Chest.
Yeah.
Got cooked on Reddit, and then, I reacted to the Kentucky Derby. Like, I did the K Flock video when he got arrested, and I went live one night when it happened. I just caught it when it happened. I had 200 people in my live on YouTube. I was like, oh shit. But I don't even got 30 subscribers. I'm like, oh shit. Like,
so this is you just talking about it.
Just talking about it, yeah. Because like, I'm just up at 2 a.m. You know, just
you
randomly.
like, fuck
I got
it.
time on my hands. Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out this YouTube shit. So instead of going out tonight with the homies, I'm like, nah. Like, I'm doing this YouTuber shit, and it worked.
Wow.
You know, and like that genuine thing that I learned about life, where it's like, as long as you just put like some genuine intention behind what you're getting ready to do, like you really believe that shit, you really feel that shit. Like, I could have went out that night with the boys. You know what I mean? It was a Saturday night or whatever night it was. I know I could have been out, you know? And I chose not to. I chose to just act like I'm already a serious YouTuber. That's, you know,
A lot of the time
that needs to go pay his dues on YouTube type shit.
It's just trying and being consistent.
Yeah, so
I ain't gonna hold you. Like that 9 Vicious show, I had no ticket, no credentials, no nothing.
In that bitch. In that bitch, boy. In that bitch, boy. I would have never known that till now.
Type shit.
And as always, you know, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, John in this bitch too. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah on me. You know what I mean? So,
wow.
So yeah, just like genuinely trying, and I saw that spark. I was like, oh shit. So I kept waiting for the next time where I could get on something. The Kentucky Derby came around.
The horse shit?
Yes. Funny, right?
Okay.
You reacted to it?
Elaborate.
I reacted to that bitch, bro. But you know what happened? You know how
That's
like the
mad
last
funny,
time,
bro.
and you know Drake and Jack Harlow, they did the whole shabam. So it was, you know, the Kentucky Derby was tough, and I reacted to it.
My dad watches that all the time.
But I knew Drake was gonna be there.
Okay.
So I was like, nigga, I'm watching the Kentucky Derby, bitch. I'm trying to see where fucking Drake at, like, you know?
Yeah.
So boom. But the horse that was supposed to lose, like the last horse, whatever, ended up winning.
Ooh.
So when I'm watching the race, I knew why he won because I run track and I know what a stagger looks like. I know what it's like. Like I said, when you go to a meet and I'm first leg on a 400, and it looked like, you know, these niggas got me beat. And then we hit that turn and I show niggas, nah, buddy. Like, you know what I mean? I'm really here. You got to catch me now. You know what I'm saying? So I explained that in the video. Like, nah, this horse was always in the lead and it just woke up on the right side of the bed that day. And that's running. Sometimes you just wake up on the right side of the bed and you just do some remarkable shit. And I explained that. But the stagger part was where they understood it the most. And I was so passionate for the first time because I actually knew what I was talking about while watching this video.
Right.
And I even felt, you know, when you do that video, you just feel it. You like,
This the one.
I finally got that off my chest.
This the one. Yeah,
this shit slapped. Slapped, bro. First time I did like 2K views. It was like 1K view in a day. I was like, oh, shit.
It's too funny.
Shit. Video starts shooting, bro. I'm like, oh, shit.
But it wasn't monetized yet, though, right?
It got me almost there, right?
Okay. You have to reach a threshold, right?
So now I'm back to doing videos. NBA Youngboy and Lil Durk started beefing.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, you know what? Let's get. I'm a Youngboy.
It sounds like a lane you
know what
molding
I mean?
up.
I was like, you know what? I could get used to this shit. Like every other week, you know, just like now, like something's happened. So I'm like, ooh, Youngboy Durk. So I'm in there. I reacted to the shit. Boom. I'm like, okay, I finally got 1,000 views on the video again. Because I started doing little shit. I'm back to 10 views, 15.
Nice.
You know, it's not always.
It'd be like
but
that.
I'm used to not getting too hype over, you know. I got hype because it was working. But like, you know.
You got to calm down a little bit.
Then I reacted to Yeat. Poppin'.
Uh-oh.
The day Poppin' came out.
Uh-oh. Yo, shout out
Because,
Yeat.
You know what I'm saying?
Would you say
Absolutely.
it was... I didn't even...
Yeat changed my life.
Yo, I'm dead.
I didn't even ask the question, bro.
Absolutely.
Yes.
He already knows what I'm going to ask.
Absolutely.
Nah, that's hard, bro. That's crazy.
That's why, you know, you can't tell me nothing about Yeat, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, you know?
Yeah.
And it made me get it. Like, so Yeat drops Poppin'.
Classic.
And
bro.
all I'm thinking about is what this nigga told me in that video. Like, I don't know why it was heavy on my mind out there. I'm like, nigga, I was like, people keep talking about fucking Yeat. I'm like, I just keep seeing this shit everywhere, bro. I can't escape this shit on my Twitter. Why is this white dude in a fucking ski mask? Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
He put me onto Yeat. I'll never forget. It was Yaya, the first video.
Right.
I was like, you like this shit?
Whenever y'all get a chance, you gotta watch that video, right? Because in that video, I was like,
You was amazed, huh?
I was like, you know what? I keep hearing about this Yeat guy. I got yeah, not to mention, I went and got a fresh shape up that day, the fresh braids. You know I was jumping on the tube for something.
Yeah.
Something, boy. I got to get on there. I'm looking fresh today. I just got the gym. You know what I mean? Everything looking spliffy. So I'm like, all right, what video we going to do? Here come Poppin'. I'm like, Lyrical Lemonade. I'm familiar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, cool. I'm like, so like the Yeat guy I'm hearing about all the time, he's finally on Lyrical Lemonade.
Now you
So
have
now
to,
I have to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm already trying to find shit to do. So in the video, I'm like, something. If y'all get this video to 100 views, I don't know what I said. He goes, I'm almost at 100 subscribers. If y'all get me to 100 subscribers, I'll start doing 2 videos a day.
Fuck. They made you do that shit.
So now you got no choice, boy.
Yeah, now you in it.
Yeah, them Twizzies showed me what's up, bro. But like, I gave such a genuine reaction to Yeat. Like I was like, yo, like I got it right there. But they like, I even forgot I was on camera while watching this shit. That's how
much you was in awe.
But I'm also a videographer, so I start getting into the video. I start tweaking about how crazy Cobain went on the video. Like I think the video's at like 50K now.
Yeah.
You know, but.
What was well back then, like that first week?
First time doing 10K in a week.
Yeah.
Got me right to 1,000 subscribers. Wow. Started getting, I was monetized. So I started in January. I was monetized by June.
Did the reaction
that's not easy.
Did it get copyrighted?
Probably.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But would you say you'll sacrifice the subs and the views for?
He already said this.
The bread
at the
show.
show.
We'll get into that. Like, so, but I ended up learning all that eventually because that wasn't always the case with us. Like revenue share wasn't always there, you know. So I just remember that video. it allowed me to get monetized, and then I didn't realize I made money off the Kentucky Derby videos. The first time I made like $200 off a video.
Oh, so you didn't know?
I didn't, and I also didn't know we get paid on the 21st. So I'm calling the bank. I'm like, yo, like
you seeing all this money on your screen, but
I'm just like, yo, I thought I was supposed to get paid for this video, but I never got the money.
You calling your bank
and
about
they were
this
like,
shit?
Wait, yeah, we see that charge, but you got it 3 months ago.
Oh.
But I'm not realizing an extra $200
it just hit your
went into
bank
my
account.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. You already spent that shit.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not realizing. I just want to know where this 200 is coming from.
Right,
I'm trapping this shit.
You didn't know. You didn't know.
I didn't really. But I still want that 200 for a fucking video. Like, yo,
that's crazy.
So I found out, and they're like, then I do the research. Like, okay, YouTubers get paid on the 21st. I'm like, oh, all right. So this is like I started in January. This is by like July. No, like August. My birthday coming up. I'm trying to get everything I could. You know what I mean? Where's this YouTube money at? Whoop-de-whoop. So I'm like, all right.
Where does Jace come along? Because you
Okay.
definitely got to talk about that.
Okay, that was shortly after Yeat.
Okay. Because you got a relationship with Jace, and I've always wondered, like,
Nah, yeah.
Did you-
Jace my brother. Jace
did
my
you
brother.
DM
Shout out
him?
my nigga
Like, how
Jace.
did this come about?
Not even, bro. So
He saw your reaction?
Jace,
That- yes.
we want to book you for a show in New York. I'm gonna just put that
Bro,
out there.
we've been wanting Jace.
Jace,
yo, look, that's
pull
my dream
up.
too.
Bro.
That's my dream too.
I went to the
I feel like
DC to Don
if anybody can make it happen, I can make it happen, bro.
Bro, we got to make
Because
We gotta make it happen.
make it happen.
No, but I could talk him into it.
Okay.
Because I've had him right there. I've had him right there. We'll get into it though.
I'll
We'll
put
get
a
into
with
it.
release
Jace,
show.
bro.
How about that?
We'll get into it. Because there's a dilemma behind it. But how I met Jace, like I said, I found a way how to just, how to communicate with the screen.
Yeah.
And after I found Jace, because of Yeat, because after I found Yeat, the Slay World thing.
Yeah.
The Slay World
It's
fans
probably on the
tapped
side,
in.
too, the Jace music video.
Nah, like just fans. Yo, now you need to
Oh,
react
word?
to Can. Now you need to react to Summers. Now you need to react to Jace. And I was just doing that.
Yeah.
All right, boom. But all right, I'll be live, probably like 6 people on my live, 4 people on my live. Yo, react to boom. All right, cool.
Yeah.
This is
And
YouTube Live, right?
Twitch.
Twitch. Okay.
No, YouTube live at first.
When
and
did
then
the transition, if you don't mind? I don't want to lose track.
shortly after, 2-3 months into like solely YouTube.
Okay.
2-3 months after the Yeat video.
Okay.
One of my like day one fans, literally.
He's like, yo, hop on.
He's
hop
like,
on Twitch.
yeah, because he watched YouTubers and shit blow up all the time, and he just knew what was gonna happen, and he found me off the Yeat video because he was a
Shout out to
big
him.
Yeat fan. Shout out Tree Porley, like he has Yeat fan pages and shit viral on TikTok and everything. So he kind of just knew how to maneuver with the internet as well. So like he would show me things, like just give me
take
all
your
the
clip,
lore with the underground.
Take your clip, put it on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. But like for a while, it was just me running the YouTube channel. Like he would sit there and watch me, but he'd be telling me, yo, you need to fix your title. Like, yeah.
Shout out
From
to
the
him.
chat, because he has OCD. Like, yo, the title's wrong. And then after that, he started sending me thumbnails.
Shout out to him.
Yo, bro, shout out my dog, Cheap Probably. I'm not kidding, ready? He started sending me thumbnails. But he's also the one telling me, and other people, because he would tell me, like, yo, react to Summers now. Now the Summers fans will find me. Summers in my comments. Early.
Wow.
Early, bro. You know what I'm
I got
saying?
a funny story with Summers.
Oh, man.
Can.
Does he?
I never interacted with Can, but save the input. So now the Can fans find me. Now the Jace fans find me. But in the Jace video, I'm like, after a couple of reactions,
You actually
I'm like, yo, Jace, we got to do the interview, man. Bro, the nigga posted it on his story when he had like 150K. Posted on his story. It was like, bet, let's do it. And Jace interactive as hell. Like, he watched every video. If you make a video on him, he's watching it.
Yeah.
He's gonna watch this part right here.
He fuck with us probably because we always give him his flowers.
Absolutely, I'm telling you, if your name is there, he's gonna watch it. But it can have 2 views, he's gonna watch it, bro, no matter what.
Yeah.
So he did that, and my shit not blew up, cause not like that, you know what I mean? But like, mad people hit me up.
Yeah.
I check my phone, I'm like, nigga, 50 followers. What the fuck? I refresh 10 more. What the fuck?
Yeah. Shit going
Yo,
crazy.
Jace posted you. Jace. I'm not knowing the lore like that though.
Yeah.
I'm not knowing, oh Lord, hey, I'm not knowing all that. You know what I mean? Like, and this is right before the Summers thing too.
Yeah.
Right before. So he dead ass pulls up for the interview on Discord though.
Yeah.
We do that, and then we start gaming. Literally, he's like, after the interview, I forgot who was on GTA. He's showing me songs on his album that's coming up on GTA in the studio.
Yeah.
You know, mind you, he used to play with YB and Namir and YB and Almighty J on. That's how I got cool with Namir, I guess. And not really, but kind of.
Yeah.
You know, I would say once I locked in with Jace, a lot of other celebrities deadass took me serious. You know?
Shout out Jace, bro.
Nah, for real. And I feel like he knew the whole time what he was doing because I was just keeping it real with the music. You know what I mean? Even through the whole allegation shit, I'm like, I don't even care, bro. This song's so hard. Like, and you know me, bro. Like, I don't be giving a fuck what niggas saying. I got my own opinion. I'm like, whatever y'all niggas talk about, because they are my fans. Oh, he snitched on. I'm like, bro, do you hear this song? Like, what are y'all talking about? So he kind of fucked with that. And then
I've been said Jace, like in the underground, he
one of the best.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, niggas couldn't, you know, and
he makes it look so easy, bro.
And people think I think that just because that's my boy.
Nah. I can understand them thinking that, but I don't.
Let us know, like, from that point to now, like, who's some artists you had either on the stream or just an interview, shit like that.
I was on the phone with that boy the other day.
Thank you.
Like, this shit be for real. You know? Still, that's still my dog. You know what I mean? But so who are some other artists that you say I would what?
Like, from that point to now, like, some notable artists you've had on and shit.
On stream or just
Interview,
I locked in
interview, stream, don't matter.
Xavier Sobeys.
Shout out Xavier.
Yeah, my Dominican twin.
That's the
sure.
homie.
Shout out
I'm not gonna lie, that's the homie. He just rocked out Rolling Loud.
Yeah, he cool, bro.
Lunchbox.
Lunchbox. He got a drop. He got a drop. He's dropping
guy.
soon.
I was on the phone with him the other day.
I seen him perform.
Yeah, he's good people.
He
He's
opened up
cool.
for Yeat in
He
2022.
Who else? There's a lot, but a lot of them switched up, man. So I can't even really
can't even say it like that.
You know, I can't even say we locked in for real, cause
a lot of times they utilize your platform at the time. Once they utilize it, they're like, all right, bet.
I learned that level too. So that's why now I'm on a whole new shebang now.
Let me just say this.
It's like,
I was gonna say, when you're learning this industry shit, you realize who is there genuinely and who's just using you.
Yeah, for sure.
You definitely
absolutely.
And I know you know that Jace wouldn't do that to you.
He wouldn't. He didn't. Jace don't need a guy.
There you go.
And that's something I always knew. Like, bro, first time I got a label check was from Jace label, 4 figures.
What? That's crazy. That's hard.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's hard as fuck.
I was like, yo, what the bro, mind you, I'm at the point in my career with the YouTube shit where it was like, yo, how could I get to the labels? Because I'm noticing my shit starting to go viral now. Like, as soon as the Yeat thing came around, now I'm reacting to Can and them. Now my videos are eventually hitting 1K. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it probably take like 2 weeks maybe, but
it's getting there. But
we hit 1K. Boom, we hit 1K. Now that's whatever. But
what's a rapper that you haven't interviewed yet that you just it's taking forever? But do you have any in mind? Well, you don't want to say it?
Nah, I do. But Yeat.
Say it, man.
I want to interview Yeat, but I don't. Like, I want to make content. I want to make some form of content with Yeat because Yeat's not a talker. You're not gonna sit down and be like, talk about your. You're not gonna get that out of Yeat.
Let's talk about what recently, what we saw with 9 Vicious though. You got some 9 Vicious content. Let's just talk about the show first, cause yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I haven't seen a buzz like that in a building since like Yeat. I ain't gonna.
We caught that.
Yeah.
We caught that.
That was one of the most fun, I guess, underground shows I've been to
in a while.
I like that show. I like how it was at SOBs, and I like that.
Was that your first time at SOB?
No. Oh, I met Ski Master, some guy there, but there's lore, man. Like, there's a lot of shit.
Was that 2017, 18?
I think so.
December 2018.
Yes, and Nova.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Nova shit. He was there.
No. It wasn't. I was there, but
it was D Savage.
Nah,
it was D Savage.
It was Wi-Fi's funeral.
Nah, so it might be
a different tour.
It might be a different time, yeah. But I remember when D Savage opened, was at SOBs and Ski Mask came.
Oh wow!
I was in the green room then. I forgot how I got
the SOBs green room. Because
my artist
funny.
that I was managing, I took a picture with him too. Wow. He was mad cool. He was sitting outside smoking a cigarette, and me and my boy Charles. He was like, "Yo, y'all want to pick?" I was like, Facts, bro. I didn't want to be fanned out, but he was like, "Yo, I want to pick," because he knew a couple people were taking pictures. He just saw us looking, you know. He just kind of knew, so we took the picture. But that non-vicious shit, bro, I was happy because that's the first time I actually really had an effective stream. Like the stream that I wanted to have.
That was a great stream, bro.
I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to start the stream before I got there, like in the car. Like,
in the car.
I want to bring people. I want to show people the real, what really happens. Like, bro, like how they really changed my life, almost. You know, like because of y'all, I could go to an event, say this. Like I almost didn't go. You was in the chat.
I called them.
You know what I mean?
I called them like, yo, just letting you know,
they
added tickets, bro. I'm just letting you know.
But even then, before that, I was like, when I just found out they sold out, because I was like, you know what? Like I know SOBs is a little industry. I don't even want to argue.
Yeah, it's OD hard
these niggas from Atlanta. You know, I've only spoke to 1,300, but I'm about to be like, yo, could you get me in? Like, you know what I mean? I don't care. It's $50.
You're not a tryhard.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll get me and my boy in. It ain't nothing. We had a good month. It's been a good year. Fuck it. Like, I'll just get us in. And then we was like, you know what? Fuck that. We know niggas out here, bro. Like, we could have made some phone calls. One phone call, boom, we're in. So I'm like, all right, back. You know what I mean? Like, just not show niggas the way in, what it really looks like. A lot of my fans, they live overseas, bro. Like, they've never been to America, let alone New York.
Type shit.
You know what I mean? So now you on the West Side Highway with me. You know what I mean? Like, I want this shit to get as close as possible. I want y'all to see what it looks like walking through the door. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh, boom, I'm here because of boom, such and such.
Boom, you see Duty, you see Aaron, you see Colossal.
You know what I mean? We walk in, and now the culture's right then and there in your face. Like, this shit is real. Like, this is not just like...
That's crazy when you think about it.
Internet.
As soon as you walk in, like, we're here.
Everything happened so perfect. I'm like, you know what? We got to get downstairs. Nigga, dude, me and you not about to be sitting here in the fucking crowd like a bunch of fans. Like, nah, dude. Like, hell no. Especially since it's the first time I met Duty and shit like that. So I'm like...
You want to give him a good experience, too, with New York.
I know he'd never been to New York. So I was like, you know what? Like, let me just show this nigga too. Like, you know what I mean? Like people fuck with you, and like let me just show you. You know what I mean? And I kind of just took control. Like, yo, 13, what's up? Green answered right away. But 13, we've been chopping it up for the past couple of days. So, you know, we were able to do that. Go downstairs. The culture, you know, like everything that was supposed to happen happened. Everybody stood on it, and everything was able to just be.
Right.
You know, because they could have easily be like. They could have even booted him out. I would have left with him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, that's kind of fucked up type shit. But no, that didn't happen. And everything was just a wonderful night. And I'm glad we were able to capture that. All the outside platforms were able to eat off that. You know what I mean? Get shit off of their page. People getting posted about Thug. I sat back and I was like, this is the moment I've been waiting for.
Type shit.
Like the moment of like true impact.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Inspired,
like,
he got a great soundbite from Nine Vicious too.
And then he did. But see, I knew that was coming though. He told me?
He DM'd you or some shit?
When did he tell me?
Didn't he tell you right then and there? I feel like I saw that on the stream. Didn't he tell you, like, yo?
Nah. Oh, no, he DM'd me.
Yeah.
A couple weeks. I remember I put that in the chat. I was like, he better not be lying because Fago lied.
Oh, yeah.
So Fago was supposed to do the same thing. So that would have been huge, bro. You know what I'm saying? If Fago did that. But, yeah, Vicious did that, and I was like, damn, like. And that's when I realized, okay, now Vicious been tapped in because this whole new scene that's going on right now.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? I'm 3 years deep now with all these, I guess, cosigns, whatever the case may be. And, you know, through the grace of God, whatever.
He's definitely tapped in.
He's so tapped
He knows
in.
about Aaron and I, too.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, who you? And I'm like, I'm Colossal. He's like, oh, you and Aaron. I'm like,
you see how after that night, people were saying the new media.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Type
like,
shit.
And real quick, like, bro, the crazy shit is if somebody that didn't know who Nine Vicious was and they saw that show,
you're locked in.
You would think he's the fucking, like, you know what I'm saying? You sell out SOBs, like, that's crazy, bro.
That's crazy. But
like,
last time I saw that was Cash
kid?
Cobain with the Slizzies, the whole gang.
That's that SOB's show?
I was
I
at
was
that
there.
shit,
I was there.
I was shooting a recap and shit with me and Marco.
Okay.
The first time I ever seen you at a show, or I guess in person, was that Sofago show at Market Hotel. When I seen you on stage, I was like, what the fuck?
You know what's crazy?
That's my boy. I watch all his shit.
And you know what's crazy? That day, that's when I started realizing I DM Fago. I'm like, yo, can I bring my camera? He was like, yeah, bet. I'm like, bro, what the
That's crazy. That's
like,
hard.
I spoke to him before that too because he was posting random YouTubers, and I'm like, me and Paulie at the time, I call him my assistant. He's like my digital assistant because all I do is record videos, put it on the channel, and then he does everything else.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? All the tags,
Must
time,
be nice.
everything. Like,
Must be nice.
you know what I mean? Yeah, nah, for it, everything. But like I said, I've always found a way to keep the people around. I keep everything in motion. If you can't, you're gone. You're gone, bro.
I respect it.
I'm one of those people. I can't wait to get you out of here. Like, you know what I mean?
Before we get into hot takes,
So,
I definitely want to ask you who you're listening to these days. Because you had the Yeat era, you had a
went through
great
it all.
moment with that.
Yeah.
Fago.
Yeah.
Now we're into the 9 Vicious, the 1300 Saint.
Yes.
Like what we on right now?
Before that though, like to add to that, who's like your favorite rapper? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Favorite
growing
rapper?
Up, yeah, like
Rappers.
Growing up,
yeah.
I
Type
was on
shit.
stream talking about this the other day. Like, if I were to give a top 5 right
yeah,
now,
type shit. Yeah.
T-Pain,
I mean, that's fine.
Hey,
You don't hear
I
that
didn't
often.
believe it.
You don't hear that often.
he changed the game.
Change the game.
Lil Wayne,
Thank you. Hold on. You got
Come
some-
on, man.
The GOAT.
Weezy,
Come on.
come on, man. T-Pain, Lil Wayne, Chris Brown.
Breezy.
That's
Shout
his
out
goat.
Breezy.
Chris
I fuck with
Brown,
Breezy.
nigga. I was too young to be that fucked up into my feelings because of this nigga, bro, on me.
Shout out Breezy.
That
bro.
ass, bro.
Best performer I ever seen live.
That ass.
Period.
That's 3.
Breezy, Wayne.
And I'm talking about
Kane.
artists. These are people I could not turn off.
For
Kid
real.
Cudi,
Nice. Shout out to the Custer. Most overhated
Indie
artist,
Cud.
in my opinion.
Indica.
Indica was my shit, boy.
That's that shit.
That's
What?
a fire album cover too.
What?
I
That
wanna
was
get-
my shit,
I got
bro.
the vinyl 3 set. It's like,
Oh,
man,
it
I
comes
mean,
with all
1,
three.
2, and 3.
Oh, yeah. You tweet. But nah, yeah, Indica, that was my shit. And
No 50?
Drake.
Oh, nice.
Of course.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Drake.
That's a good ass list.
Now, if I were to go another 5, it'd be like Meek Mill. Then you got NBA YoungBoy.
Street
Then
shit.
you got, you know what I mean? Shit, you got A Boogie. Then you got
A Boogie.
Jace. I'm putting Jace in my
Hey,
top 10.
okay, let's
Damn,
go.
fire.
Let's go.
I'm putting Jace in my top 10. I don't give a fuck what nobody
Shout
got
out
to say.
Jace, man.
I don't
Before
give
the
a fuck.
name change.
Before the name change. You know what's funny? I was there. That's on my vlog. I recorded I gave the internet that footage. Because when I met him, the label
Yeah.
had us with each other for a couple days, and we
Yeah.
was they were just like vlog. But they learned how fast I worked, you know? So at SoundCloud, he tagged his name, my name, Cullen, and then he was like, Kingmil, keep the video on. Like, just keep the camera on.
Word.
I didn't know what he was gonna do. I was like, all right, bet. Then he went Jace, not Jace. So that's why when I heard Uzi said it, I was like, no. He's like,
Yeah, two different names like Jace.
Yeah.
I want to think. But now,
Last
Jace,
one?
last
Top 10?
one.
Do number 10.
Last one's to be continued. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
that's fair.
Give
But
us some
underground-wise-
underground joints, the
Underground-wise-
new underground.
Right now, 2025, I'm still listening to Jace. I'm sorry. I'm still listening to Jace. I'm sorry.
That's
That nigga
hard.
don't know how to stop.
Blu-ray's my shit, bro.
I can't, bro, look. I could go. I could go on and on.
So hard.
Then we got Rocket,
Oh, you fuck with him?
Okay.
Odie.
His eyes about
That's
to
the new
fall out
famous
his
Dex,
face.
bro. Rocket, the new famous Dex.
Yeah.
That's some shit he'll do right now. Like, just randomly, random emo,
Oh, wow.
no camera.
Yeah.
He really is that same character.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's something I've came to
Word.
me. You know,
He scared
Enough.
me sometimes. I feel like his eyes gonna fall out his face.
nigga be like, nah, he's hilarious though. Like everything that come out his mouth is funny. Like I ain't gonna lie, you gonna laugh every 5
Okay,
seconds.
Rocket.
Rocket, 13 Degrees.
Oh man, shout out
Word.
13. I'm actually working on an Up Next documentary right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a that's
13
that's a generational.
Bro,
joint
John,
right
you gotta
there.
really listen to him, bro.
Yeah, bro.
All I've heard is that snippet that's been going around.
Bro, you gotta hear
I,
that.
yeah,
It
probably
really brings you back to, like,
the best
2012.
or. There's so many, bro.
I'm
There's
gonna
so-
tap in.
Problem solver.
There's
That's
so
probably the
many
biggest.
The problem solver.
artists. Yeah, exactly.
I've came around to 9 Vicious.
It took a
Same.
while, right?
I've came around.
Yeah, it took us a
Same.
while.
I've came around.
It's just
1300 Saint.
He was hard. His performance was crazy.
yeah.
Kura.
I heard of him before, but he was hard.
Y'all fuck with Kura?
Kura.
Kura?
The
Kura.
K3,
Oh, I haven't
right?
listened to it.
K3
Nah,
on Instagram.
K3 too. She's tough. She's super tough. I met her at Audio Mac.
You don't ever feel like I ask people this all the time. You don't ever feel like this shit is a chore to keep up with? Because there's new artists every week, bro.
You know,
you don't feel like it's like homework at this point?
I've
Or do
created
you
a new
actually-
system. I've
what's
created
that?
I've
What's-
created a healthier
Help
system.
me with this system. Let me hear it.
I don't give a fuck about you until there's saturation overload. in my fucking community.
So you have no choice.
Till I can't escape it, I do not care.
Okay, that's
You
fair.
know?
Because you don't got
Also,
time to be searching.
I learned to slow down because people started paying me. You know what I mean? I learned how to monetize this shit for real. You know, just by like keeping back just enough. You know what I mean? And just learning how to grip the power in that. So now it's like I don't gotta tap in because there's not that I don't gotta tap in. Let me chill. You always gotta tap in. You always gotta tap in. It's just usually I'll tap in. All right, all the other bigger guys are tapping in because, you know, I'm in between, like, the mainstream guys, but I'm still amongst the underground guys. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could do, like, mainstream numbers to an extent, but, like, I'm still just amongst the underground guys. I'm not considered, you know, one of those your ages, the Dabos, you know what I mean? Like, they know what's going on, but.
Yeah.
You feel me? So.
Cardi just dropped.
Shit, we could talk about this.
Yeah.
You about to have me here till tomorrow.
I guess to simplify Cardi's, all right, you already. If you're watching this, you already know I Am Music or Music. They like changed it.
Make sure you go in your email if you did buy merch bundles or whatever.
Which
you
I did.
Gotta say that yes, I want my merch bundle.
Oh really?
You gotta confirm yes.
Oh shit.
Wait, so it is just music now? It was I Am Music.
Well, the cover still says I Am Music, but when they changed it, it just says Music now.
Yeah, because I had to twist my YouTube title.
Really?
I was like, I did it immediately. I was like, wait, I thought it was I Am Music. Then I went to
was.
Spotify.
I guess they changed
and it was just music.
But yeah, so far it's a lot of music, so I ain't get to digest much. But Cocaine Knows, produced by a Long Island producer. Shout out
Cocaine Knows. Cocaine Knows. Nah, but what was I gonna say? All right, so there's 30 songs, right? Did you listen to the whole shit?
Of course.
All right.
I reacted
I'm
to
sure
the
you
whole
did.
bit.
I'm sure you did. But I'm saying, like, if you had to choose, what are the bad songs for you? Let's start.
Opium Baby is so trash. Let's start with that. Anybody
Really?
that's
That
acting like
beat-
that song is good, you're trying
The beat?
too hard to be different. And
You know, Cardi
sometimes
said
it's okay to be too cool for school.
Bro.
Sometimes it's okay.
You know
to be
he
too
The
said,
beat is hard.
bro,
I ain't
you know
gonna
he
lie.
said
The beat is hard,
he's
but-
gay, like on the album. I'm not trolling.
Wait, what?
Cardi said he's gay on this. I swear to God.
I believe it.
Bro, yes.
I believe it, bro.
Bro, go ahead. Say what you're saying, but I gotta find this shit.
He was lost me, bro.
trash.
Yo, that shit was so bad. And then you got swamp. It's so.
Say no.
I was
I
like,
ain't gonna
come
hold you.
on,
I
man.
wanted 24 songs on there.
I think
Alright,
he
so
said,
Opium Baby.
when I'm bi like I'm Bieber.
No.
That's what he said.
I don't remember
You
that.
think I'm like I'm Bieber.
So Opium Baby, you not fucking with. What
Opium
else you
Baby's
ain't
not
fucking
it.
with?
The last.
Do you
The
like
last
the Future
songs-
songs? Do you like where he sounds like Future?
Nah, cause
I'm
I
not a
didn't-
huge fan of it.
Yeah, cause
Might
leave
be a
that to
hot take.
Future. Leave that to Future.
Thank you, bro.
You know.
I feel like I ain't heard it enough to really
Bro,
judge.
I'm
This
not
is my
saying
thing.
it's
Gone through it
bad,
twice,
but
maybe.
like it doesn't give a good contrast. Like if Future's already on your album and then you sounding like Future, I'm mad confused. Like, is this Future or is this Cardi? I can't tell.
I see.
It sounds like AI Future to me.
Yeah, like Cardi. That's the whole thing. Now, like, all right.
He got so much
We're
shit
getting
to say.
hot takes. Right? We're gonna do hot takes, right? What bothered me was knowing the tea behind the whole AI Cardi thing the whole
I'm
time.
glad you're here, bro.
How long have I been? How long,
Bro.
Aaron?
Okay. So
And they didn't want to hear me out.
do you
They
want
didn't want to hear me out.
Do you
want
to say Homeboy's name?
Nah, I mean, look, it's on the credits.
Okay.
If you look at the credits,
So which songs is it?
on
It's
the
the
credits,
Weekend joint,
on the credits,
and it's fine shit, right?
I make sure I stay on the credits because they're gonna clip my ass. On the credits, it says lyricist Keith Lawson, vocalist
There you go.
Playboy Cardi or Jordan Carter.
There you go.
So, and what that means is
That's why it sounds so
Lawson,
good.
and because I remember, I was like, AI is gonna change the game the same way Auto-Tune did.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and Kanye is trying to change the game with AI the same way T-Pain changed the game with Auto-Tune. Because now what you could do with AI is you could get somebody who literally isn't you to make a song and then use AI to take their voice and just make it your voice.
Yes. Which is crazy.
So now you can literally utilize writers and I looked at it like that.
I just feel like that's why it sounds so good. Like the shit with the
Absolutely.
Weekend and then fine shit, like it's like whoa.
You wanna
like,
hear something?
Not saying that
Polished.
Cardi
It's
couldn't.
polished.
You want to hear something?
Yeah, not saying that Cardi couldn't do that, but like with Timeless, like those songs is like really mainstream sounding. Like
Who does sound like?
sounds like Cardi, but it's not Cardi.
It sounded like bass swag at the beginning.
That's hard.
You know, so you can literally take that and just turn it around, and then
Make it sound like yeah.
So hey, it might be good to be a writer.
But why do you think Cardi has to do that? You don't think Cardi could just do that himself? Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Like
now, I'm not here to take anything away from Cardi because
for sure.
there's
only
so
a couple
many other.
songs
Yeah, it's
anyways.
only a couple of songs. It's really only the newer sounding songs the newer sound that he's trying to deliver when it comes to like being more melodic. He still has the baby voice thing going for himself. The deep voice, he's still able to like alter his tones and everything, which is still creative as hell, and the type of beats that he goes on. Listen, the album's hard. You know,
We
the
gotta talk about them
idea
hi-hats,
and the
though.
concept behind it hard.
We gotta talk about them hi-hats on Hood by Air.
They're,
What is up with them snares?
I heard
bro?
they might change it up. They might take it
Bro,
out.
how the fuck you take out hot, bitch, scorch on the porch, New York? He took that out. Why?
Didn't he?
Even
Or was
Cardo
it-
Got Wings, the producer, was like, "Yo, just letting y'all know, I didn't add those snares."
Right.
Lil
I mean, I don't
88
think I paid
Lil
attention to
88
it that
did.
hard. I don't think I
man.
paid attention to it hard. I know he
It's
added-
just
I don't
worse.
think it's that
It just
serious.
made- I think
I
it
don't
is.
Which song did he add a verse to? Was that Evil Jordan?
Not a verse, but the intro. That
yeah,
shit made it
he
amazing.
made the intro. Yeah, I
That
fuck
made
with that
it
OD.
so good.
That was
bro.
super tough.
We got the Instagram Evil Jordan.
Yes.
Even when
Yes,
those
yes,
batches,
yes, exactly,
Evil
exactly.
Jordan was my favorite when those batches of songs
Why
came
is
out
You're the
at that
Moon
time.
not on there? That's my shit.
Probably sample shit.
But yeah, let's get into these.
No, he
hot
just
takes
added.
soon.
He just added Different Day today.
What you mean?
Really?
He added that today.
What you
as
mean?
a bonus track.
No, he
Yeah,
didn't.
I swear to God.
Really?
I swear, bro.
Nah.
I swear to God.
On the way here, I was like, "Fuck."
Izzo.
I was gonna react to it, even though there's no real point to. But
Nah,
he
why
added
you lying? It's not here,
bonus
bro.
track, bro.
No,
Look at
it's
this.
not.
Clear
Bro.
cachet, boy.
Where?
Bro, I swear.
I don't see that shit.
See, I got Sentel. Y'all know One Track?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Shout out One Track. They just tapped in.
Come on.
What track, mine?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I've been tapped in with him since the pandemic.
That's my Canadian boy.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Where did I see? I swear, I'm not
Yeah,
bugging,
nah,
bro.
hell no. That would go crazy viral. Ain't no way. Oh, you gotta buy it?
Yeah.
Smart.
Different Day. You know he didn't. You know he
Smart.
trying to go number one.
Smart.
Come on. I know I wasn't tripping.
I would buy 24 songs.
And I think it's Different Day. He's scamming niggas. He's scamming
Got
niggas.
me now. How you don't put that on there?
Sample,
Fuck
man.
that shit. You're Playboy Cardi.
Samples, man.
Fuck, man. We good.
You know them samples. You know them shits never want to clear. But overall, though, I'm happy. Do you guys think
30 songs is crazy though. Is
they
that not
said leave
crazy?
that up to Jace? That's what they were saying.
I understand. All right, real quick. It's a treat for the
I
fans.
get the 30 songs though.
It's a
been
treat for
mad
the
long.
fans and 2 streams. Let's keep it 100. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah. Look, when you want to go for a Grammy and when you want to perform at certain festivals and there's certain awards you want to do, there's like you literally need to meet certain expectations.
Thresholds,
Yeah,
for
there's
sure.
thresholds you got to hit. So that's when I know, okay, somebody's taking a real serious
Erin, his
industry
manager,
approach.
she's the smartest in the game. Like, she took the entire budget for like Canon Loan, and like they kept it to themselves because they don't need no
They don't need
marketing.
promo, yeah.
They don't need no promo.
Post the tweet.
Literally, Ken Carson rapped it on one of the songs. I don't
like
need
to-
no promo.
Yeah, exactly.
all right, let's get into these hot takes, man. It's gonna get real spicy up in here. Boom. Shout out Cole Frosty. He said Ian won the Tyler beef after responding to him on the lunch break freestyle, and he still continues to be successful after an OG tried shooting him down 3 months into his career.
Who, Ian Dior?
Cole Frosty said that.
Cole Frosty.
Shout out Cole
That's
Frosty.
a good take, man. Hey,
But I think he's just blinded by Ian.
who is?
Cole.
You think so? Why you
I
say
went
that?
to
They're
an
both
Ian
white.
show.
Do you
I
not
love
fuck
Cole
with Ian?
though.
Ian is hard.
But
Ian's
did you
cool.
see his
You
performance
gotta
at
see him
Rolling Loud?
live. You gotta see him
Bro,
live.
he
That
had
shit
the
crazy.
best set. I'm not even trolling, bro. He had the best set of Rolling Loud yesterday.
Really?
Yes. That shit was amazing, bro. He had the piano going crazy, the crowd. He brought the frat boys on stage with him. He had a whole production.
Mad Red Solo Cups.
He had a whole production. Do you know these rappers don't be giving a fuck about doing a production? It could be because he's white. You know what? I got the budget for it. But nah, it was great. He's a really good performer. He shocked me for sure.
But he said he won the Tyler beef? What?
I mean,
if there even was a beef, you want to call it.
Yeah, there was no real beef, but what Tyler said.
I understood what Tyler was saying.
No. Ian lost that beef because he stopped acting the way Tyler was talking about. What bothered Tyler, Ian stopped doing.
You think
And then continue on with his that little hood act, fake Zaytoven shit is out of here. He not doing that shit no more. He not trying to be a little white Gucci man.
In the music, he's not
the music don't sound like that as often. No, there's not 30 black people surrounded by him in Atlanta. He's not doing that no more, and that's what's bothering people.
I would say for
you
me,
know what I mean?
like
so
Tyler,
I would say he got cooked.
Tyler shouldn't have never said that. If he really felt that way, then cool, whatever.
He shouldn't have said that though. He's too big for that.
Yeah, like
you're way bigger than that.
That could ruin somebody's like career / life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what it is? It's internet culture now. They forced Ian. They forced it.
They had that budget, and they paid all the blogs.
The budget was cool, but it was the gimmicky shit. It was just the gimmicky shit.
I think he was just playing into it, like stuff, like the live performance of him eating and rapping with his family, like that type of shit. I fuck with. Like you're showing your like family side, like you're Italian, the whole shit. Like you know, he had a strategy behind it. Yeah, he had a picture with 30 goons with him, but also he was just.
He talking about my homeboy get you, I get you, touch my homeboys. Get your ass, man. And then he shows up like he just came back from freaking honors, algebra, trigonometry 3.0. It just don't go.
That's fair.
It don't go.
That's fair, bro.
And we come from that culture where like, boy, get the, you know what I mean? That cap rap shit is not it. You know what I mean? You can sell that shit to the incels on the internet. You know what I mean? But it never really registered. The music is cool though.
Yeah.
I'll never take it away. But the concept, the gimmick, like I can only listen to the music. I can't look at him. Hate Me is still the hardest shit I've ever heard.
If there's
love that song.
Fair.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say like him talking about guns and shit. Like obviously, like I'm gonna roll my eyes. Till my fucking eyeballs fall out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
But
it's really it's nothing deeper than that.
Yeah,
it's nothing deeper than that.
Because there's so many examples of people that we rock with still that never was about that shit.
Oh yeah,
no, that's a fact.
It gets
so
worse
like
and worse.
he gets it worse because he's white. So
and like you know, and like they're portraying it as white as possible. Unseasoned fucking food from the block performance. You know?
I feel you, man. All right, so this is actually my take. And this is what we gonna get into this. So I said ASAP Rocky lost his it factor.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna explain what I mean by that. So you see how like ASAP came out like an hour late last night. I don't know if y'all saw it. I was up till mad late to watch it live.
Again?
Mad late, bro. An hour late. Whatever. It comes out on a helicopter. Great. I'm like, this is lit.
Travis did it first.
Whatever. Right? So
Young Money did it first.
So look,
for sure.
You see how like let's say Travis was to come out. This is just an example. Let's say Travis is an hour late or Cardi is an hour late. The crowd is still foaming at the mouth. They don't give a fuck if he's 2 hours late.
That's a fact.
Right? So I feel like Rocky did it to himself for not dropping for so long that he's kind of becoming irrelevant to these young kids in the crowd, bro. Like you got a lot of teens, late teens, where like Rocky obviously
all
still
they know
a legend.
from him is telephones at this point.
Don't get me wrong, Rocky is still that dude.
Cardi.
I'm never gonna take that away from him, but he started catering more towards the fashion and he kind of slipped people's minds. Like Travis, yeah, he didn't drop for from 2018 to 2023, but he was still there. He was still culturally relevant. And same thing with Cardi. He didn't drop in 4 years, but he was still in our faces no matter what. That's
performing
crazy impact.
Yeah.
Same thing with Trav, but with Rocky, he kind of the youth don't give a fuck about Rocky like that. Like how they do, they don't appreciate it. Like how we grew up on ASAP Mob.
I wish he dropped that Friday where he got acquitted. He got acquitted like on a Tuesday, Wednesday.
In 2022.
He should, of course, but like the perfect time to drop was when he won that case.
And then another thing that doesn't make it work, that doesn't make it better. He's playing unreleased, which is great. I want him to play the new shit, but he's not playing turn up shit either. Like the crowd is tired.
He's also contradicting himself.
It's like, bro.
You remember that Amazon Music shit? We thought we was gonna get that album.
That's why.
That was 2 years
Amazon
ago.
was great. I'ma start a riot. Like that was when you should have dropped
That's when he released
it.
that.
You don't think he's
But
contradicting himself?
He kind of lost that
Absolutely.
sauce.
You think he's contradicting himself?
In what way? In what way?
With the beef, inserting himself when it was kind of like, huh?
What beef?
What beef you
With
talking about?
Drake, and then now saying, "Oh, I ain't got beef with. I'm not on Kendrick's
Drake,
side. I'm not on
he didn't
Future's
insert-
side. I'm
he
on some
didn't-
Drake."
He did not insert himself. Drake took a shot and he just simply replied.
When did Drake take a shot?
He
With
said
the-
something
He jumped-
about
The
Rihanna.
Rihanna shit, yeah. On
There
that
was
Rihanna.
first person shooter,
It was
and
that
then
song that
and
he
then
did.
there was we don't trust you, and then he jumped on the We Don't Trust You deluxe.
There was a song on all the dogs.
Yes,
ASAP got on the
No, but Drake had that
ASAP got on the
freestyle
deluxe.
shit where he dissed Rick Ross and he dissed that. Remember the music video with the Good Kid, Mad City car got crushed? What was the name of that
That
song?
was
He
ASAP.
dissed Rocky on that
ASAP jumped on
before that Drake song.
before that Drake song. He was on the deluxe.
They
and
just
he was,
never
and,
fucked
and,
with each
and
other,
he was
bro.
he was throwing shots at Drake, and everybody was like, ASAP, what the? Everybody just throwing themselves in that shit. Like whenever they get the chance,
Rocky
they just
don't
throwing
fuck with
themselves
Drake,
in
I
there.
guess.
But now he's saying that's not the case.
I'm gonna.
think so?
That's what he said.
That's corporate.
He said
I
that
think,
roll out.
I think you
corporate
might
shit.
have the
That's
timeline
lame.
off a little bit. I think Drake definitely dissed him first on wax
Bro,
too.
I reacted to every last
Either way,
itsy bit of this beef.
I feel you.
ASAP, I remember being like, what? Why did Because every time one of my favorite artists entered the beef, I was like, yo, who's next at
And
this
that was
point,
on the
you know?
Metro. That was on the Metro album, right?
Yeah.
Before that, Drake took a shot
Nah.
for all the dogs. Yes, he did.
Now, before all the dogs,
A$AP
but
yeah,
before all the dogs,
Rihanna.
before all the dogs came out after the Metro album, John.
Yeah, that was. I'm talking, it went first person shooter.
For all the
and
dogs came out
then everything
2023.
else happened.
Metro Boomin shit was 2022.
No, I'm talking about the new album.
Oh, the Future joint.
Yeah,
Got you,
Metro
got
and
you. My
Future.
fault. I'm thinking of Heroes and Villains.
No.
Yeah.
On Metro and Future's album, A$AP Rocky came at Drake because Drake on For All the Dogs came at Rihanna.
Oh, okay. Well, either way.
That's the timeline I know, but
Look.
You could be right. You could be
Either
right. I could
way-
be wrong. I could be wrong.
Either way, do you agree with me that A$AP Rocky kind of lost the relevance with the youth, or he just doesn't have that
with
factor?
the
or am
youth,
I
yeah,
tweaking?
but I think being with Rihanna this makes up for it. Like there's much more older people than there is younger people.
They're gonna bop the shit out of
Yeah,
ASAP
but
Rocky's
Rolling
project.
Loud for me is a crowd that, it's a bunch of kids, bro. Like they just weren't. Yeah, there was some mosh pits and shit, but I just feel like he just lost touch with.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna listen to the project.
course
I
we
think
still
it's gonna
gonna
be
He's
fire.
still my favorite,
Yeah.
top 3
But
artists
he
of all
took
time.
way
so.
too long, bro.
Okay,
No,
I'm
he
gonna
did.
listen.
What you're saying is true though.
Like,
he
he
did
don't got
lose
that-
the hype. Like he
Like,
definitely
how
lost
these kids
the
be
hype.
fiending for Trav and Carl. Like, they
nah,
don't give a
nobody's
fuck about
nobody's
Rocky like
begging
that.
ASAP to drop. You know what? When I
least
knew
anymore.
nobody's begging ASAP to drop, when I saw that video of somebody saying, "Yo, so when's the album dropping?" He was like, "Yo, don't ask me that. It's people like you that get me in trouble." And then I saw that video getting posted on the industry blogs, and I was like, "Oh my god, they're trying to force us into acting like."
We give a fuck.
Yeah, damage control type shit. I'm just like, oh man, you know what? Let me just shut up. Let me just stay out of these comments, today.
Yeah,
but
as long as he got a
definitely
Rihanna
lost the hype.
feature.
My boy
Definitely lost the
said, "Famous Dex should be on Cardi and Uzi's level right now. Should be, but drugs." Yeah.
Dex, I mean,
Dexter.
He-Pot X, sleep.
Zans.
I think
I love Dex. That prime era Dex,
Yeah.
but he wasn't that talented. Let's keep
No,
it on.
I don't think that's. Yeah, I don't think
Talent
I agree with
beats
that
everything. Uzi and Cardi are just better than Famous Dex.
How do you guys?
He had his wave, he had his moment, he had his Jeremy Lin time, and then
Jeremy Lin time, not the yellow.
That
Come on
was
now.
2
Yeah, let me-
weeks.
let me-
Jeremy Lin was
Come
2
on
weeks
now.
long.
He had like a little J.R. Smith.
my fault. I didn't mean it like
J.R.
that. I
Smith
love
moment,
that.
Nah.
Steve Novak.
J.R.
I didn't mean Jeremy Lin. My fault. I meant he had a little Tyreek
He had a
Evans,
Steve Novak
Okay.
moment.
Okay, I'll take
I'm trying to
that.
think of a good analogy.
I'll take that. Nah, yo, cause
He had it. He had more sauce than Uzi. He had it all, bro. But
For like 6 months.
still, that's 6 months. You could have did
More
more with
than
that.
Uzi?
At one
For-
point, yeah.
Yeah, at one point. It was like,
Japan
No,
Like
that's
late
way after.
2015.
I'm talking like late 2015 and then early 2016. Dex had that.
Yeah.
What?
Okay.
He was running
come
around
on.
with that cameraman. I forgot his name.
Bro, Lock of Films.
Yeah.
Every day he was dropping heat. Come on, nah, bro. Nah,
Yeah,
you
he
gotta
had
give
dropped like
respect.
20 music
Bro, there
videos
would be
in
no
1
Cole
month.
Bennett if there's no Dex, bro. And Cole Bennett would say that himself. Come on, bro.
Whoa.
I feel like Cole Bennett would
Adidas
say
told me
that.
like I'm DMC. Come on, man. Nah,
I
we're
feel
not
like
gonna
he'll
talk
just
about
say
that.
that though. You know what I mean? Just
Oh,
To
no.
answer the question,
just
though,
to show how
I don't
tapped in
agree.
he is. I think it's Juice WRLD. There's no Cole Bennett without Juice WRLD.
What?
I don't
Maybe
think
on
so,
a
bro.
Cole
maybe
Bennett
on
was
a
popping way before Juice WRLD. What are you talking about, bro? Nah. We not gonna get into this.
I don't think
Without
so,
Dex,
bro.
there's no Cole Bennett. Why do you think he keeps putting Dex on Summer Smash? Because he loves famous Dex. He don't gotta do that.
Look, a lot of people made a name and then they just get thrown into the whoosh.
Nah, bro. They were. If there'll be
Juice
no
WRLD
Dex, if
took Cole and Lyrical Lemonade to the
Sure.
to the
Definitely,
top
definitely.
and made them stay there. Like
Yes,
some
and that-
niggas get a look.
Yes.
A lot of times you'll get a look in this shit. But
But-
you're not gonna stay
like
there.
.com
They
Nirvana.
stapled his ass there.
.com Nirvana.
It
Like
helped
he had
Juice
his
WRLD more
run,
than it helped
but he
Cole
didn't
Bennett.
get that Juice WRLD
Yes,
type.
exactly.
You
Like
know what
yeah,
I'm
there was
saying?
no video that really. Yeah, exactly, bro.
Maybe
like,
the
exactly.
Yeat one, but there wasn't like
I'm
a billion
confident.
views.
You know,
type shit.
Lyrical
If there's
Lemonade
no
got
famous
to Yeat
Dex, there's no Cole
before,
Bennett.
Before that, I'm pretty sure. No, actually, no.
No,
.com got to Yeat before
was
Lyrical
the
Lemonade.
first
And look what
one.
happened. Once he got to Lyrical Lemonade, popping,
type
it was
shit.
up, bro. I'm telling you, like Famous Dex definitely gave Cole a look. You know, just same with Lucky. He was working
To
with Lucky
answer
and
the
shit,
question,
but, bro,
though,
it was Juice, bro.
To answer
No,
the
it wasn't.
question, nah, he's not up there with Uzi
I'm
or
telling
Cardi.
you, boy.
Yeah, no, he's not. Who said that?
Call him out.
My son right here. Thanks, Stavio.
Shout out to
No,
you.
thank you,
bud.
Stavio.
Tavi, his name. All right, where we at? On everyone's soul, a great chaos is better than I Am Music.
Why would he do that?
We've
On
gotten
my
that.
soul, take my soul out of there.
We've gotten that take so many times.
No, we didn't.
Wait,
a
what-
great chaos is better than I Am Music.
Oh
No.
shit. Oh,
No.
I'm thinking.
It's a little too early for that, but
If
great
you're at a
chaos is
concert-
mad
Sorry,
good.
can you check the camera? Because
We get anxious.
we had an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah, we get anxious.
Is it still red?
Okay.
You see the red dot?
Like the numbers are still going.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
Nah, yeah.
But I always say a great chaos is amazing, and like it's really hard to battle that.
It's too
Still
early
too
to.
early.
It's too early. man.
It's nowhere. It's not better than I Am Music, bro.
Yeah,
No,
you think so?
it's not.
Why you say that?
It's a great moment for Ken
All right, but
Carson.
you don't think
it's a great
Succubus-
moment for Ken
You
Carson.
don't think
I hate
Succubus
that song.
is
You can't do
better?
that with me.
What? My emo girl of the Slayer. No.
I hate that song.
What?
Hate it.
I might have to clip this.
How you let your ex drive you crazy? You don't even got no car.
How do you not like that song, bro?
the
Like, what is
flow.
it about it?
Flow.
That shit is hard. He said, "What pants, sweater, knitted." What is that?
I can't, bro. I can't. Nah, see, like,
I always do it. Rap, sweater, knitted. That shit's
yo,
so
my great
gas.
chaos reaction is actually at 100K.
That's great, but you said
know?
Succubus trash, so I have to dislike.
So like,
it.
I don't. I like.
I'm gonna have to
like,
dislike. it.
I have all rights to act
I
like
will
that is
say-
the best album,
I
and
will
I
say
still be
this.
like, it's cool.
Radar, Crank, Cocaine Nose,
I
Pop.
don't really like Radar that much. It's cool.
Those songs to me are like better than probably majority of
Really?
of Great Chaos. It's only Succubus, Fighting My Demons,
Yeah.
nah, more
Green
than
Room,
that, more
Jennifer's
than
Body.
Yeah,
like,
those are
More
hard,
than
but
that. With the deluxe,
but-
it makes it so much better.
a great chaos is kind of one dimensional though, almost.
But it's one dimensional to a point where it's all hard.
Can we,
At a
can I-
concert, it's gonna
City
be
Swing.
some justice.
I
I,
wanna know
can't just listen. I can't be in my room listening to
By
the
the
great
way,
chaos.
I want to know.
Vampire Hour. That's just.
I want to know if I'm
bangers,
alone
man.
on this. The second song on I Am Music, was
Crush.
it mixed wrong?
It takes too long to
was
get
it
good.
Like, what's
It
up
takes
with
too
Travis's
long.
verse?
It
It
took like
sounds
a
muffled.
minute.
Like, what happened? Was
I
that an
think it-
accident?
I don't know. They might have fixed it because by the time I got to it at like 10 a.m., 11 a.m., I didn't hear anything
I don't know.
off.
It just takes too long to get good. It feels
Travis's
like it's like
verse
a minute.
sounds like he's down the block. Like,
Like,
That
I always
happens
say,
with
sounds like he's in
Kendrick
another
too.
room.
That happens with Kendrick on the song. What's that song with Kendrick where he actually raps at the end?
It's towards the end.
It's in the middle. No, it's like in the middle. But that song, the beginning of Kendrick's verse sounds kind of low pitched. Like the beat is mad loud.
You talking about Backdoor?
No, not Backdoor.
Backdoor's so hard.
But yeah,
Backdoor's
I Am
so
Music.
hard.
I think is better than Great Chaos.
All right,
it
so
might be too soon to say though. So.
My boy said
It wipes.
the most hyped underground rappers right now are not the best rappers in the underground. For example, Netspend is getting cleared by a lot of other underground artists.
Yeah, but it's not about. It's true. That's true. But Netspend's not above them because he's better.
I think Netspend is in his.
Elaborate on that.
He's
So
in his
why
broke
is he
boy
above
era,
them?
but people don't really care. Like they just, he's
So
swaggy.
why do you think he's above them then? If it's not the music, just the way he looks. Like
So Netspend
a viral
capitalized.
song, maybe the song, nothing
his
like
cool
you.
factor
He
is
had
bigger
one-
than everybody.
He won capitalized of
His cool
a
factor.
viral moment.
Which was
He was riding. So the jerk scene was.
Pause.
Nah, I stopped myself. but so the jerk scene was coming up when Netspend was coming up.
Right,
you know.
right, right.
Thank God he
The
didn't.
jerk scene was coming up crazy. Xavier, Fresh Boy, all these guys. You know what I'm saying? And then he had that huge viral moment where we officially noticed we are in brain rot era. We didn't know how far this would go.
That's
you know,
when I
like,
accepted I'm Unk now.
You know, we like he was popping before that. Yeah, 42 and 0. You know, like he was popping before that, but we didn't know it was such a youth thing.
Yeah.
That it went viral and they knew, but we didn't. So we were like, "What the hell?"
I guess it was that
While
clip,
they
right?
all
with
were
him,
like,
That
"Y'all
literally-
just don't get it.
like
Y'all
with him
just
in the
don't get
bathroom.
it."
What's that clip with him in the bathroom? I think that's
Yes,
the one that
that's
went
it. Yes,
viral.
I'm talking about. So now,
why you
you know, yeah, exactly. When that's why
He
'cause
was
I just
so
see this
bad
and
to
think
us.
It was so neurodivergent. I used to think it was so off. You know,
That's what made us recognize, like, wow, this is so bad,
well-
but it's not that bad. If you really listen.
but see,
like,
what we didn't notice was happening was his agenda was defending him, and it had no choice but to grow and kind of come together because it was like, yo, like they believed in Netspend, they knew who he was. You know what I mean? We just didn't. So we had the opportunity to crush him. And they were just like, nah, then the agenda spreads, the networking goes everywhere. Now you're a viral sensation and people just bring you
Music
on your
is
platform
subjective,
because
Music is subjective, but at the end of the day, there's like common sense or like a commonality.
We say that all the time.
With good sounding music. Like his shit was not mixed well. It sounded like a bunch of like metal hitting the mic, like a bunch of tinfoil. Like that's what it was. That's what it was. And now he sounds better. Like I actually fuck with some of the songs he has because it sounds better.
Right.
He got better at the end of the day.
it definitely polished, but I feel like a lot of people don't realize why Netspend is where he is. It ain't even because it polished necessarily. His image got better. You know what I mean? The situations he's in, like the people that he ended up being around, like it just elevated the image
money went
so
up.
much. You know what I'm
Money went
saying?
up.
He's an enigma too. Like you
Yeah,
don't
like
get
the
much
way he
out of him.
looks, you know.
I
like,
relate his career right now to like Broke Boy, like Cash Cardi, early Cash Cardi era. Like people were really fucking with him because he was hanging out with Ian, Connor, and the ASAP Association. Like he was just known for being cool type shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like Net is in that era right now. Maybe a little
That's
more
a good take.
further type shit.
Yeah.
boy
And the fact
said-
that he's so young.
True.
It's like people always gonna bring the young. Like you always got to give the youngins the benefit of the doubt, almost. You
That's
know.
true.
So yeah.
My boy said Future and Travis Scott on every mainstream rap album is getting so repetitive. We need new feature artists to switch things up.
Yep.
It would be one thing if their features were always fire, but Travis phones it in and so does Future most of the time.
Yep. It's like kind of
That's
like
a great take, bro.
Yep.
Damn
Yep.
near every mainstream album has some sort of Travis feature, some sort of Future feature.
Yep.
Like there's definitely
It
other
was
artists.
Gunna, Baby, and Future.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Always the
or,
same
or,
shit.
or,
G.
or Drake,
Like why
Polo
can't
G
we
at one
get?
Yeah.
point.
Why can't we get a?
Cash Cobain now.
I
everybody
feel
got,
that.
Everybody got
Nah.
a sexy drill beat.
You know what it is, bro? You know the industry. They just know it works.
It's the
Future's
industry-
gonna give you a good verse.
Yeah.
It might be mixed bad, but
Yeah.
Future is gonna give you Future. Travis, it gets clicks, bro. I mean,
I also see it as the
if they put
industry's-
Soulja Boy or Smoke Purp or whatever artist, it's not.
Young Jock.
Yeah, if they put a random, you know what I'm saying, it might not work.
I also see it as like the
But I
industry's.
feel you on that.
I see it as like the industry's investment in Future. You know, that's how you keep Future at where he's at, especially with all that they have invested in him. It's like, all right, well, anytime you want to consider somebody at the top, we'll just bring Future into play. We'll bring Travis into play.
And Future's like
that's
cool
kind of how the industry
with
moves
everybody.
around with things. Yeah,
You know, I'm sure Cardi FaceTime him like, and Future's just like, I got you, gang.
but Future used to be signing artists down on the ground, like
Right,
when he was
John? Like,
signing.
all he gotta do is call Future. Yo, I'm gay. I bet, twin.
But remember in the chat where I was like, I hope the album isn't bloated with features like Future, Travis, The Weeknd. You know what I mean? Like, I hope he doesn't try to get away with that mixed with some old tracks.
How you
like,
feel about? I don't mean to go off topic, but how you feel about the Uzi songs being the most forgettable? Let's be real, bro.
It's because Cardi
There's no
did not
Cardi
go
on the second one. Twin Trim has no Cardi on it.
It's because Cardi didn't go tit for tat
did
with
him a
Uzi
favor
on
to-
the album.
Yeah, like I get it. He fucks with Uzi to the point where I'll give you a whole song on my project, but it sounds like a Pink Tape throwaway. Like what are we doing? Like you would think a Uzi feature would be the most fucking streamed, bro. Uzi
Yeah.
and Cardi, come on. Why are they the worst songs damn near?
People don't care no more.
Yeah, people don't care.
And also,
I don't know about that.
I don't think it's 1629 people.
Not
are
that
fiending.
people don't care.
People
but
much
like,
rather
I
have.
expected more. You
people
feel me?
much rather-
I hear Uzi on it. It's not that it's horrible, but you hear Pink Tape,
Aaron,
Pink Tape, Pink
You think
Tape.
people want?
No, it's from Pink Tape era.
You think people want an Opium album with Ken, Lone, Homicide, and Cardi over Uzi, or do you think they want Uzi over that?
Uzi over that.
Nah.
Yeah.
These days, I think the kids want the Opium album.
We could debate on that. Let us know in the comments. What would you prefer?
I would
Opium
want
Tape
1629.
or
I ain't gonna
dual?
hold you, but the masses, they're over.
I mean, I would have loved to see Ken on the "I See You, Baby Boy" song. That beat is meant for Ken, bro. Why does Cardi not put any Opium members on his shit, bro?
Because they don't deserve it.
I
What's the time
you know,
on that?
there's a real.
It's like an hour and 40 minutes. One more take.
Yeah.
One more. My boy said 2023 Underground is better than 2016 Underground.
2020 what?
2023 era. I'm assuming like nowadays, like the Net Spins, the Xaviers over 2016 Underground.
Nah, man.
I gotta say
You had
no on
21 with Metro.
that. I gotta say no to that, bro.
There's no 2023
Those were real
without
artists.
2016, because 2016 is when
There's real.
everybody's
Those are real
head turned
artists.
backwards. You
I
know,
could
with
argue.
the new scene.
I could argue 2021 is better than 2023.
Like the
The
Sofagos of the
Yeats,
world.
Fagos. Yeah, that's what I'm. So for 2023 to be better than.
So, all right. So you
2016,
think a
that's
better
crazy.
take is 2021 better than?
type shit?
2021 might.
Because you got Ken, you got Lone, you got Yeat,
Yeet,
fucking
Jace, you could say
Jace.
type shit.
Yeah, but they're not better than
Summers,
Kodak.
Mario Judah.
They're
Nah,
not better than Kodak. They're not better than 21. They're not better than Yachty. Like, none of them are.
X.
None of them are better than X. Like, they're actually not.
No, yeah.
Actually not.
Nah, yeah, those are real.
Maybe Denzel.
Davies.
Nah, but Denzel's a real artist though, bro. Like a real.
But some of them
album
are more
artist.
interesting. Like, I'd put Yeat over him.
Yeah, musically for sure.
I'd put Fago over
but
him.
Fago over Denzel.
Fago over Denzel. Nah,
Nah, I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't disrespect Denzel like that.
Fago did a free
Fago got
show.
a bigger hit. Fago got a bigger hit, but
Just to
but
put it in perspective,
Oh.
Fago did a free
Denzel-
show in
Fago
New
got a
York.
bigger hit than Denzel Curry?
What's
No
Denzel's
way.
biggest hit?
Ultimate.
it's bigger than Knock Knock.
Hell yeah. You
Shit,
could play that at
I
a
don't listen to
festival.
Denzel too much. You know.
You
what I'm
could play
saying?
that at a random Coachella and they'll know Ultimate, bro.
I mean, I see him at all the big festivals, and
Oh, yeah,
I
the
kind of
Ultimate.
wonder why, but I don't listen to him too
Nah,
much.
it's fair,
You know,
but-
but his shit with BK and Laser,
hard.
Waka?
Ferg, nobody gives a fuck about Ferg anymore, but you know,
When
he
they
just dropped the
replaced-
album and Denzel
He
had
dropped
a
the
song on
album?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Denzel song is the hardest joint. on it.
nah,
Nah,
people
yeah,
really
Denzel's
don't give a
that
fuck
dude.
about Ferg.
Denzel that dude.
I did not know.
But anyways, yeah. To wrap it all up, man, we really appreciate you pulling up, man. I know
Definitely,
it's pretty
man.
far. We could have talked for way longer, and you know,
What's
we
the-
fuck with what you got going on, bro, for real. So just
Just-
let us know what you got going on, man.
Yeah, what's the next couple of months, maybe years? What's the plan, man? What's the
Plan
game
now,
plan?
bro. The plan right
What's the
now
cheat code?
is I'm basically just trying to hone in on, you know, my community, really solidify it, like make sure what I got going on right now is built to last forever. kind of thing. Like expand as much as I can, collab as much as I can. That's why I'm willing to pop out, do a podcast. I'm willing to go here, I'm willing to collab with him. Boom, you wasn't even expecting it. Fuck it, I know if I got you here, it's gonna be better. You know what I mean? I know you good at this. I'm gonna try to get one in with you. We're gonna go to a pit, the best pit we could get on. You know what I mean? Really just tap in with the community that I'm in all the way. Really showcase to them, like I'm good at making content. I'm good at working with people. I'm good at collab with people because I know 2-3 years from now, it's gonna, build legs and a foundation.
Right.
Just what I'm trying to do going forward. Because I seen what 2-3 years in already looks like, and what it's done for me and the access that it's given me. So I'm just trying to, maximize that to the point where there's just no end. It's the abundance is just it's too overwhelming.
Right.
I'm really trying to get to that point. Just sign artists. I'm trying to do things reactors don't do. Step away from being, Kingmil reacts to your music. Like, nah, bro, like Kingmil got such and such sign, or Kingmil hosted this, or Kingmil was over there, and boom, really showcase the impact and how impactful I could actually be. That's really where I'm at. Because I think I've got everything else out of it for the most part. Get that plaque, and just showcase to people that I'm more than somebody that's sitting on YouTube just talking to my camera, just talking shit, or just giving, random opinions.
It's a whole world. It's
a whole world to this shit, you know what I'm saying? I got my other streamers coming up, Saucy, Ken Heartbreak, AVL, you know what I mean? Got artists I'm getting ready to start manage again, about to start getting, just expand, bro.
Yeah, that's a fire answer, man.
More than YouTube reactions, basically. Just
for
step
sure.
on that, though, you know?
Yeah.
And trust me, we don't bring random people on
I
this pod,
peep
bro.
game, bro.
So,
I peep game. And I like the way y'all tapping in.
There's a reason why,
shit.
we respect your work, you know what I'm saying? We could see it, and we could tell when somebody's genuinely, passionate for what the fuck they doing, bro. So,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So we glad to have you on, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's love, bro. Yo.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, bro.
Speaking of which.
I'm about to say, before I get out of here, can I know what speaking of which mean? Where y'all got that
Honestly,
from a little
bro,
bit briefly?
we were just coming up with random ass podcast names, bro. So I'm like, damn, something about talking.
Well, he already had It's Aaron Speaking, so I was like, why don't we just play off of that?
Play off of that.
We can speaking of which, we're
okay. That's hard.
Type of,
somebody was saying, and speaking of which, and I was like, you know what, fuck it.
I'm in town, yeah, party is going